Welcome to the Everybody Eats Happy Hour. To the Everybody Eats Happy Hour. I'm fixing my camera so that I could not only, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of bent. Hold on, let me just get my shit situated. Alright. Okay, so let me make sure that camera 3 is connected. Should pull up camera 3. Make sure my HDMI is connected all the way. Let me see if I switch the. Let me see if I switch the input. Where's the sensor? Shit ain't working. Oh, let me see if I turned it off. Did I turn it off? There we go. And let's see what's good. Okay. There we go. Alright, so I got that up and running. I got all my Facebook people. Shit, who calling me? Oh, shit, hold on. Doug Kirk, what's going on?
Yes, sir. Can you talk?
Actually, you're on my live podcast right now.
All right, well, let's talk. I can't talk to you about the subject I was calling you about on the air, but I can talk to you about something else. What do you? I haven't been tuned in. What are you talking about?
We're talking about everything. The bigger question is what aren't we talking about? That's the bigger question.
Okay. Did you hear, or are you aware of what's going on in South Africa?
No, why would I be aware of what's going on in South Africa?
Well, because it's pretty disconcerting. Do you know the history of South Africa?
Some, yes. I know that there was the apartheid. It was all that going on down there. Then when the apartheid was abolished and stuff, that the blacks began to take some sort of revenge against the whites for what they did to them. So now now instead of the white oppression, now it's kind of like a black oppression. Is that what is that?
Well, yeah, sort of, kind of. Basically, South Africa was a colony, just like the United States of America.
Right.
The British and the Dutch went to South Africa, which wasn't there; it was just land. Right. And they established a colony. And what they say is that there were no indigent people. Nobody lived there.
No indigenous people?
Where they set up shop, there was nobody living. They just set up a colony. They started farming. They created ranches. And that was in around 1698. And
Okay.
You'll remember that it was 1620 that the Mayflower sailed to the United States or to America, North America, and established the colonies here. Now,
Right.
there were people, I'm not saying the word right, but native people living here in the United States.
Indigenous people. That's the people that's the word you're trying to, indigenous.
Say it again.
You're saying there weren't any indigenous people to the land.
Indigenous, yes. In North America, there were.
Right.
Okay. In South Africa, at this portion of the land, there wasn't anybody there. There were plenty of people in the continent of Africa, but where they set up shop and decided to create a colony, there wasn't anybody there.
Okay.
That's what they say. So they developed, and over a period of years, they created the country called South Africa, the Dutch and the English. Then they had people from northern Africa come into the area, and they got along fine. They hired people to work on their ranches and their farms.
Okay.
And thing was fine, everything was fine for a long time. But then they created what was called apartheid, and apartheid was separation. We do not want your people to mix with our people. That's what they said.
Right.
And that was a source of problem for a couple hundred years. Then about, was 20 years ago, Nelson Mandela came out and he said, no, apartheid is wrong. You know, we're going to end this. He came into political power.
Yes.
And they ended the doctrine or the philosophy of separation. And you know that in the United States we had separation. We called it segregation.
Hey, Spicy.
And we tried to get rid of that in the 1960s. Now, in some cases it is gone, in some cases it's not. But in general, in the United States, we tried to say, no, everybody's going to go to the same schools, everybody's going to have the same opportunity. And, you know, whether or not that worked or not, that's debatable.
Right.
But at least we had a government policy saying, no, we're not going to discriminate based upon race.
Okay.
Even though you and I both know that still goes on, at least the government policy is we're not going to discriminate.
Okay.
Okay, so what's happening in South Africa right now, or has been for the last 20 years, is that there is a growing policy of extermination of the white people.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
It's white genocide. And they have documented cases where since 1994, more than 2,000 white people have been murdered at the hands of criminals, basically.
Right.
And the government recently has said, you know what, we're going to take back all this land that you stole. And so they created the policy. This is now official government policy. It's called expropriation without compensation, meaning we're going to take the land and we're not going to pay you for it. We're just taking it back. And you can go to hell. We don't care what happens to you. There is a leader. His name is Julius Malema. I think that's how you say his last name. And he has stated, well, I don't think that we should be killing whites, at least not yet. Okay, and he's actually said it that way, at least not yet. And so now you've got this horrendous problem where you've got about 37% unemployment, you've got tremendous poverty, you've got tremendous crime, you've got tremendous corruption. The most recent president of South Africa just got kicked out of office, and he was charged with more than 800 felony counts of corruption.
Dang.
So the country is in turmoil. Well, of course, the American news, we don't talk about this.
Yeah.
You know, you don't hear about it. Most people don't even know where South Africa is. You know, George Bush famously thought Africa was a country, and Africa is not a country; it's a continent which has a bunch of countries there.
Yeah.
And, you know, like Zimbabwe and Somalia and South Africa and on and on.
Right.
Libya's in Africa. Egypt is in Africa. Anyway, most people don't realize South Africa is nothing but the southern tip of Africa. Mm-hmm. When the ships were sailing from Europe to China and back, they had to sail around the southern tip of Africa, which is why they thought, well, this would be a good place to set up a colony, because the ships can pull into our ports and, you know, we can get them refueled, even though they were sailing ships. But, I mean, we can get them new provisions and food and trade with them and so on and so forth.
Right.
Because we didn't have the Suez Canal back then, which is the canal that was dug between Egypt and the Middle East.
Right.
Right now, the ships go through the Suez Canal. They go through the Gulf of Aden, the Suez Canal, and the Mediterranean. That's how they get to Europe. But back then, they had to go around the southern tip of Africa, which is where South Africa is. Most Americans do not realize the turmoil that's going on, not only in South Africa, but Zimbabwe is a failed state. Zimbabwe had their problems, and their government just failed. Somalia, same thing. There's no government in Somalia. It's just chaos.
Right.
Chaos and poverty and corruption. And, of course, the Somali pirates, you hear about that. These are people who are basically on the Gulf of Aden. And the Gulf of Aden is, how to describe it, it's, if you look at the Mediterranean Sea and you go south through the Suez Canal, then you come to the Gulf of Aden. So what happened to Somalia is you had all of these ships come in and overfish their fishing grounds. They basically killed off their livelihood. They took the fish.
Right.
And so the Somalians were starving, and they said, you know, we got to do something about this. So they figured out that they could become pirates. And what they do is they take a little bitty boat called a skiff, and they go out to the edge of the international waters, and when a ship goes by, they will motor up to the side of that ship. We're talking a container ship, a grain ship, an oil ship, it doesn't matter, big giant ship, and a little bitty skiff with about 5 guys on it. They go up to the edge of the ship, and they order them to stop, and if the big ship does not stop, they point a rocket-propelled grenade at the hull, and they say, if you don't stop, we'll sink you. So the big ships stop, and then they board the ship, and they've got guns, they board the ship, and they get all the crew, and they say, okay, call your owner back home, wherever it is, we want $10 million ransom, or $20 million, or whatever. And they literally hold those ships at bay until somebody pays the ransom.
So how is that in correlation with what's going on in South Africa? Or did we go off on another tangent?
It's not really related. It's just that Americans don't seem to realize what trouble there is in the world. The Somalis, I mean, being a pirate is not a good thing, but the Somalis, they were being starved to death because somebody overfished their fishing grounds.
Right.
So instead of being fishermen, they turned into pirates.
Okay.
In South Africa, the people are starving to death, and so they're saying, all right, well, let's go grab the farms and the ranches. Now, unfortunately, with that philosophy is, right now, an average farm in South Africa produces enough food to feed 3,000 people. But what's been happening over the last several years is when these farms get taken over by people that don't know anything about farming, then the land becomes unproductive, and now you've got 3,000 less meals, or meals for 3,000 less people.
Right.
So what's happening is the country is getting into not only worse economic shape, nobody wants to do business with them because they're afraid that there's chaos in the government and the people are rising up, and so nobody wants to do business because they fear for their lives. Americans need to appreciate just how stable this country is by comparison, just how beautiful the people are, all the people. Even though we've got our problems, we don't have problems like that. We don't have the problems they have in Zimbabwe or South Africa or Somalia. That's my point.
All right. Well, here, pause for just a second. Pause for just a second. Guys, as you know, I'm on my live podcast. First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. That's tuning in to the Everybody Eats Happy Gossip Hour. Shout out to everybody on Facebook that's tuning in. All my people on YouNow, VegMex, Miss Spicy Jocelyn, Dean Campbell, Richard Crowell, Devin White, what's goody? Ari DD, what's good? Hey, Lord Finesse, I got you in another 5 minutes, and then you're going to be on. So everybody stay tuned. Lord Finesse is going to be joined. I'm joined here right now with my man Doug Kirk, business partner and friend, photographer, videographer, actually he's a script writer. He writes for films and short films. He's a story writer. He writes books called Look For Me, I Will Find You series. He also has the Creep Tale series. Check him out. Doug Kirk, that's DOUGLAS KIRK, Douglas Kirk. And that's who is joined us online to tell us the current events that is happening in South Africa. So in the next 3 minutes, we'll finish with him so that we can go ahead and get on with Michael Teague, a.k.a. Lord Finesse, out of Finesse Entertainment out in Jersey, who's standing by to talk next. This was kind of a happenstance, but it's what happens on the Everybody Eats. You never know who you're interviewing. So go ahead, Doug Kirk. Let's kind of...
Well, and thank you, Mo. And the point that I'll wrap up with is this, and you and I have had this conversation many times.
Yes, sir.
We are all blessed to live in the United States of America. This is a wonderful country. It has tremendous opportunity. It's not always fair. The system doesn't always work. I mean, you and I had a discussion the other day how I've been in the court system and it hadn't been working for me. But the point is, we are so much more blessed than many people around the world. I'm grateful to be an American, and I hope that everybody that listens to you is grateful to be an American. We're not perfect. We do have our issues, but at least we have civil discord. We can talk civilly. We don't end up pounding each other in the head, or at least usually we don't. And if we got a problem, we can work on it. We can try to fix it. I mean, this really goes along with your Everybody Eats movement.
Yes.
It's through our love for one another and our embrace of one another's differences that we come out being great. I mean, who wants to be identical? Who wants to be exactly like everybody else? Right. I don't. I want to be unique, and I want my friends to be unique.
Well, we have some feedback.
I want my friends to be different because I benefit from a person that's different from me.
Right.
And that's a great thing. And I was looking at some of the news coming out of South Africa, and I'm thinking, golly, I'm glad that's not happening here. You know, I'm glad that, and we've had our problems. I mean, you look back to the Civil War, 750,000 people killed. Yeah, we've had our problems, but at least today we can talk, we can disagree, we can agree to disagree, and for the most part, it's not too shabby.
Right.
It's a good place to live.
Well, you have some feedback. VegMex on my YouNow channel says that she agrees America is great and that we have infinite resources. Your thoughts?
Oh, for sure. I mean, one of the reasons the United States has the prosperity that it does, when our founders came here in the 1600s, they didn't realize how many natural resources existed in this country. And then, and we're talking about oil and gas and wood and coal and on, open spaces where we can grow corn and wheat. But our biggest and most important resource is that we are a melting pot of human beings from all over the world. We are the best and the brightest. And, you know, unfortunately for other countries, the smart people like to leave those countries and come here. And we benefit from that. We benefit from the fact that we're problem solvers. We like to work hard. We like to accomplish things. We like to build stuff. That's where prosperity comes from. And as Americans, you know, all of us, we're contributing to that. And that's a great thing. I mean, your movement is all about creativity. And there's a lot of creativity there, and that's such a good thing because that's where progress comes from.
I hope so, man.
If you sit around and do the same thing every day, there's no progress.
Well, that's what I do it for, bro. I do it to bring things together. Shout out to ECTC, Devin White and his movement, Changing the World Starts With You. Yeah, so some more feedback, Doug, on your cause. If we don't have other cultures, then what would we know about America or in Mexico? Okay, so I guess she caught herself. I guess what would we know about what's going on in Mexico, I think is what she was trying to say. I hope I said that right. Shout out to Michelle Cunningham and everybody else that's tuning in. Shout out to all the people that are tuning in on YouNow too. If I didn't call out your name earlier, I apologize. I really do appreciate all the people that have tuned in. That's Doug Kirk. And what I would like to do, Doug, is because I've run out of time with talking to you. Is it possible that once I have finished with Michael Teague in Jersey, that we could call you back and pick this up? What do you think?
Yeah, if you feel like it, you know, Mo, I just called you because I wanted to talk to you about something else.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, call me later if you'd like, for sure.
No, we'd love to have you on. You're getting feedback and people are responding, and why not? Let's have this conversation and let's talk about it. It's part of the Everybody Eats movement. It's what we do. We're it's everything. It's all about my point of view based on my own personal experience, and you guys being able to share your POV based on your world experience. And so yeah, we want to hear what you have to say. So so we're going to say that we're going to put this conversation on pause. We're going to hold. We're going to talk to Lord Finesse out in Jersey, who's standing by to talk to me. He's only on limited time because he's on East Coast time. So they're an hour in front of us, and they have to get up and work and stuff like that. So and then we'll get back with you, Doug Kirk, and we'll finish and talk with you some more. How about that?
Sounds wonderful. Share the love. I appreciate it, Mo. We'll talk to you soon.
They heard you. You're live, so they hear everything you're saying. Awesome. We'll talk to Doug Kirk. That is Doug Kirk with Everybody Eats, and his movement. With we'll shout him out and everything else again once we talk to him again. So thank you, Doug Kirk, and stand by, and we'll call you back after a while.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Mo.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so up next we got Lord Finesse. So we gotta get boogieing with that. For sure. Alright, got you, Spicy.
What's up, Doc?
Lord Finesse! Where you at, baby?
Hey, I was waiting for you, bro. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, so not unfortunate, but unexpected. Doug, my business partner, Doug Kirk, you've heard of him, called me and was talking to me about some stuff. So we just kind of started off. I had just got everything set up and was about to call you, and he called in, and I was already set up early. I was shooting a little. A buddy of mine, Mike, I ain't seen in a while. This dude, you gotta look out for him, Mike Austin. This dude's talented. He's signed. Well, he's got all his shit. He's a hard working artist that went and did it the right way. He got his shit ass capped. He got all his music, got all his stuff, and wanted to fuck with me with videos and all that other stuff. Came by my house and was like, we picked up like that he hadn't been gone for 8 months. So I was like, whoa. So I just shot a little snippet teaser of him, which is coming soon. It's 3/4 done. I'm just gonna do the final editing tonight, and the colorization and color editing and everything. But all the bulk of it's done already. I was doing it while he was talking to me. I walked out with my camera and just started shooting him, and he was like, bro, he's smoking a cigarette. He was talking, flashing his money. Then he went to my site and bought some shirts just off rip. I was like, bro, you ain't got to do, bro, you fam. Some people you cut for because they get you, and he markets for me. He pushes my brand. So I was like, you advertise to me, you get that love. But everybody can't get that love. You feel me? So shout out to Mike Austin, bro. Another Mike. That was who was here.
Mike Austin was good.
Yeah, that was the dude that was here when you called me earlier. So right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in, y'all. We are, Red Turner shouting you out. Mike Eag. He always shouts you out. Shout out to REDD Turner. We got Veg Mex in the house. We got Spicy Jocelyn. We got all the people on YouNow that's tuned in. All my Facebook people have tuned in. Shout out to them. I am joined here, ladies and gentlemen, with my man Michael Teague, a.k.a. Finesse of Finesse Entertainment, holding down the East Coast and New Jersey side of things out there in East Orange, Middlesex, Jersey. What's good? So talk to me, bro. First of all, let's introduce kind of the big thing that we were talking about, and let's kind of get off into that real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, so listen, I got to thank you for the motivation, man, and then shout out to everybody who is taking part in the Everybody Eats movement, happy hour, gossip hour. Appreciate you on YouNow, YouTube, every other platform, and shout out and much love and respect to my man, Modeja Navarro. So, Modeja, I think it was 2 days ago, hit up about 10 or 15 artists and basically said, love you guys, and let's build. So I looked at that list, I commented, and then everybody, I just said, you know what? There are some like-minded individuals who understand that we can all eat together. Meaning, if I eat, doesn't mean Modeja starves. And if Modeja eats, doesn't mean I starve. If Chris Red Turner eats, we don't starve, etc. So I'm asking, and Modeja is asking, that any artist who will tune in tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern Time, we're going to have a conference call. I posted it on a share. I'll give it out right now if anybody wants to write it down or put it on their phone. 712-451-0009. 707. The passcode is 840220 pound. So that's goodness, it's been a long day, brother. 712-451-0707, 840220 pound. We're gonna have a conference call that Mosaic is going to broadcast live, and the purpose of the call is simply to brainstorm ways that we can support each other.
Right.
And if anybody's listening, and you're not an artist, but you're a graphic designer, you're not an artist, but you're an entrepreneur, you're none of that, you're a 9-to-5 person, but you want to support someone else and be supported, call into the conference call line tomorrow, 712-451-0707, passcode 840220. Truly, we believe spiritually that like-minded individuals who have been giving to others for days, months, weeks, and years, like my brother Modeja, it is our time. It is the universe, the creator, God, saying to us who have been giving. Russell Simmons said this: good givers are great getters. I believe that.
Yeah.
I try to live that. Good givers are great getters. So if you want to be a good getter, be a great giver.
Okay, so
Right.
so just so you can have, so we're getting some feedback on what you're talking about. People want you to type down that information so they could reach into that. And just so you understand, you're kind of breaking up tonight. The signal seems broken up tonight. Usually you're more clear. But can you type that information or give me the information again? Hold on. I'm using that as a camera, so I could type it in. What is the information? And I'll type it in for them.
It's 7. The call, and it's a free call, everybody. 7 area code 712
712
451 0707, and the passcode is 840220 and the pound sign.
Okay, so 840220 pound.
Yes, and I'm gonna call in about 8:20, 8:25, so that you can connect that call to the live broadcast. Yeah, everybody, listen. There are artists who Modeja, and there are artists who get it. Let me just say this: it's been a long day. I'm about hitting my second win right now. There are artists who understand. You got to grind for your shine. What does that mean? Artists got to do the work.
Right.
You got to be on social media. And listen, I've learned the hashtag game with Instagram. I'm actually getting 4 to 6 new followers every day. I have an international, multiracial, multi-ethnic, interfaith, ecumenical audience.
Right.
You understand? So artists, you got to be on social media. You don't have to farm it out. Do the organic build, the slow grind. You got to sell music.
Absolutely.
You got to sell music, artists. It's not the record label's job or the master company's job to sell your music. And you know what? Gene Simmons, who I think he was the bassist of the lead guitars for the rock group Kiss back in the 80s, said if any endeavor requires time, energy, and money. So if you want to make your music career happen, and Deja knows this, I see my brother nodding his head. You have to invest your time, your energy, and your money. And if you want anyone to invest in you, they will never invest in you if they don't see you investing in yourself.
Gotta invest in yourself, for sure.
Now, I'm gonna share something more days that you said to me, brother, and I've been feasting off of. This is a good brother right here, y'all. He's a spiritual man. He's a good man. He's an intelligent man. He's an articulate man. He says, and he said, yo, Mike, how the fuck do these artists think somebody's gonna invest all the money for video shoots, recording sessions, promotions, shows, whatever, do all the work, and the artist will walk away with the biggest check? There's no business on the planet that will survive with those dynamics.
None. And you're getting a lot of love. You're getting a lot of love. There's a lot of love and hearts and thumbs going on.
I'm not saying this to judge y'all. I love y'all. I mean that. That's why we're doing it. You understand? Modeja shouts me out of my management company, my entertainment company. I don't get on here promoting me. Y'all know this, and I appreciate the love because I feel the sincere energy.
Right.
I only want to help, and we can help each other. Rising tide lifts all boats.
Lifts all boats.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Well, listen to this. I had a guy who is a health care entrepreneur and the CEO of my company years ago said this: listen, the harder you work, the luckier you will become. Think about that.
The harder you work, the luckier you'll become.
Yes, and it is said that luck is when opportunity meets preparation. So is there any real thing as luck? So the harder you work, the more opportunity will come to you as a result of your preparation. So artists, you want that angle to sound? The harder you work, the luckier you will become. You want some major record label to notice you? The harder you work, the luckier you will become.
Yeah.
You want to get rich off your music? The harder you work, the luckier will become. Mo Daisy will take my call at 6 in the morning Eastern Time, which is 5 in the morning Central Time, and I'll hit him up. He'll say, yo, I'm up. What?
Yeah. Even if I woke you, if I just woke, you woke me, but that's all right. You got 2 minutes, I got 10 minutes.
Just because we understand you got to grind for your shine.
Look for it.
When my artists, the Fox Boys, dropped their single, guess who walked the streets of Newark, New Jersey in the cold and distributed download cards hand to hand? Me.
That's right. No
Guess
doubt.
who went to Urban, and I did a live about it. Guess who went to Irvington, New Jersey, and in the midst of my hand-to-hand grind in the inner city in the hood, I came up to a hip-hop shop, and this guy and I chopped it up. I did that. I do live, and I'm not saying this to brag. I promote my artists, but artists, you got to promote yourself also, or else you will never hear.
Nope. Your boy Red just shouted you out, man. He said you kicking that knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
All right, my brother, that's my brother too.
Yeah, R.E.D.D. Shout out to R.E.D.D. Shout out to Nathan Brandon, Bethlehem, PA in the house.
Shout out to Cormian Bailey. My brother Alan T. Starling, he blew the show yesterday.
Yo, he's supposed to been here tonight. Jersey Allen's supposed to be here, but his car is going through some shit. He called in. He said he might not be able to make it, but he was going to try. And he's supposed to keep me posted. I think he's at the shop right now as we speak, still at the shop.
Shout out Devin White.
Devin White's on here.
We're going to talk about that.
Devin White's on. He's on here. Yeah. Yeah, he's on here. So shout out to D Dangler. You can't spell Dangler without the angler in it. Hello? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's why the fishing people.
Yeah, man. So, brother, hold on. Let's see it. Connect out. You connected back to back. Yeah, somebody called through.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, man. Everybody call in tomorrow 8:30, and let's brainstorm ways about how we can build to be committed to support each other. So you support Honest Thinking shirts. I'll support your single, your EP. Support one. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it all comes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold on, man. Yeah, I got it.
I just so y'all understand. Look, and that's gonna happen from time to time. Every time I be talking to Lord Finesse, man, this man, like people be messaging him, calling, trying to get through, man. We stay busy. Y'all understand, man? It's a movement. It's a lifestyle, bro. It's a lifestyle. There's a lot of people that talk about lifestyles, don't live that, man. It is a lifestyle. This is what I do. Look, I'm in my room. Look, I'm at my bed and everything. My studio, man, listen. I don't give a fuck because I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm trying to get work done, huh? I came in here in the same room. My boy came in here to talk to me and see me in months. Came in here. He sat down. He would look, I got money. I still my grind. I was like, bro, that's a photo. That's an album cover right there. I said, let me take a picture of you. Then he was doing it, and when he was doing it, I'm filming. And I'm looking down. I'm like, yo, fuck this. I'm going to do a snippet teaser for you for one of your tracks. Give me your shit. He pulled out his laptop. We connect the shit to, to my joint. I'm bumping his shit. I said, give me this joint and give me this joint. These your hottest joints. He said, yeah, man, this is one of my joints. You know what I'm saying? Came over, dropped me a couple shits, dropped me a picture, one of his little pictures that he designed on Photoshop, just something to just kind of push his brand. I'm putting together a little 40-second, a minute long, 40 second to minute long little teaser. Y'all stay tuned, man. I'm telling you. Profit make profit. That's my man, Mike Austin. Yo, check him out. Y'all gonna see it's coming out tonight. It's coming out tonight.
Hit me with his IG, hit me with his Facebook.
It's all plugged in. It's all plugged in on the snippet. It's all plugged in. You can follow all his follow plugins, all his Instagram, his YouTube, his SoundClouds. Everything he got, everything is all plugged in on his shits. All who he fuck with and everybody who's fucking with him, it's all on there, bro. And I'm telling y'all, man, y'all look out for this young cat, man. This dude, he a military man like myself. He's Army. I'm Navy, of course. He's Army from Detroit, Michigan. You know what come out of Detroit. If they white folks is hot out of Detroit, then you know the brothers has got it. Come on.
Motor City, the Motor City.
Yeah, buddy.
Guns, back in the day. I think Sugar Ray Robinson, I think, was from Detroit. You got Emmanuel Stewart, that's boxing. You got Eminem. You got Eminem out of Detroit.
Yeah, buddy.
So, and you got my man Mike. So we
and Royce, the 5'9", and them cats from out there, all them dudes out there, man. They out there doing the thing, man. Michigan produce a lot. You got Floyd Mayweather and them from with James Lights Out Tony. A lot of them Michigan cats, bro.
Got Magic Johnson out of Michigan.
Yeah.
Lansing.
Daniel Cormier. I don't know if he's from. I think he was from out that way in the Midwest, and then he moved to California. But they went to school out that way. Rashad Evans, a lot of UFC, MMA fighters and them cats from out that way, man. Yeah, I'm saying. And if I'm wrong, correct me. But I think that is where those guys either they went to school, they was out there, and then they moved to. Oh yeah, we got Veg Mex from Chicago. Hey, yeah, but we talking about Michigan right now, honey. So Veg Mex is one that's very vocal on the show. Mike, you haven't really been.
Hey Veg Mex, what's up?
Yeah, Sylvia is her real name. If y'all want to know who she is, man, she's another person. In fact, we had her on last night, and she had a lot to share with us. And a lot of you know what I'm saying, a lot of insightful things, man. It was we gained a lot knowing her, getting to know her. It was a pleasure to know her. We talked to Spicy Jocelyn last night, and earlier today we spoke to my man Doug Kirk, and we will talk to him a little bit later on in the show tonight. So what's goody, everybody, man. I can't believe the love I'm getting from all you people. People going to my store, they're buying shit. I'm loving it. HonestThinkingShirts.com. HonestThinking shirts.com. Yes, I deliberately spelled it with one T. I used to own it with two T's, and then I just put it with one T. I don't know, it seems simpler. I don't know. But anyways, check me out, man. You'll see something you like for sure, man. I'm sure of it. You'll find my store talks about everything. It's what helped me get through my PTSD, my anxiety, and all that stuff, man. I've got slogans because the main slogan of my company is it's better to have your feelings on your shirt than on your chest. So we're joined here again with my man Lord Finesse. Okay, so just so you understand, Finesse, we when I was talking about the big news, I wasn't referring to that. You surprised me. For some reason, I almost forgot about that. I was talking about the Three Brothers thing, the movement. Yeah, okay. That's where my head was at. But so now we killed two birds with one stone. So fill the people in on that with what's going on with that movement. Here we go.
So Modeja, myself, and Devin White, 3 different age groups. I'm a baby boomer. Modeja's a Gen Xer, and Devin White, who has been on the Everybody Eats Happy Hour.
He's on now.
Gossip Hour. And I saw his response. He's at practice now, basketball player, college student. We are coming together. Mm-hmm. Again, here we go. Everybody eats. We're coming together. Each one of us are in media. I've been in TV and radio now for 7 years. Modeja years, and Devin doing his thing. We're going to come together with a concept called the Three Brothers Movement. The Three Brothers Movement. We want to talk about different topics, whether it's health, relationships, sports, current events, politics, etc.
Yeah.
Black issues. And we want to talk about it in such a way that you hear the perspective of 3 different generations of men of color.
Yes, sir.
And you get intelligence, you get entertainment. We're gonna blaze it up. We want interaction. We want
people to call in, yo. We're plugging everybody.
You know what, Modeja? I just think we just need to do it on YouNow, man. On your platform. Why drive, like you said?
Okay, so listen.
People to another platform every time. We just focus on one platform and build it up.
We could do that, and also, so Veg Mex has told me about a platform called iMe or i.me or something. And it's an app that you can download on your phone, and you can conference as many people as you want to on this app. I don't know if y'all heard this, but I'm looking to. So we got Jersey Allen on. He's tuned in. Shout out to my man Trey 500. Yo, we got people tuned in. So this is what's going on, y'all. For those of y'all tuning in, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm talking to artists or anybody that's an entrepreneur, anybody trying to move a brand, move their namesake, move a thing. we have these things going on that me and Lord Finesse are discussing right now. We've got the Three Brothers movement, where it's going to be 3 different types of black brothers, all 3 different age groups, all different generations, coming together to find a way to bring unity in our communities, find a way that we can see eye to eye. Even though we're different, we're not so different. And why do we got to be so different? Why can't we all become a thing? Am I saying that right, Finesse?
You said it right, bro. You said it right.
Also, we got the, okay, so we're going to be joined with Jersey Allen, so he's going to be joining us. Nice. Okay, so we also have the conference that we're doing. Is it tomorrow, Thursday? Tomorrow's Thursday already?
Yes, tomorrow night.
God damn, this week done went by quick. I'm thinking today's like Tuesday or something. So tomorrow night, 8 p.m.,
8:30 Eastern time.
8:30 p.m. New York and Jersey time, Lord Finesse time. So that's going to be 7:30 our time, Central Standard Time. So we're going to have a conference, and we want people to tune in. All you artists is up here, man. Trey 5, Antonio, my man, Northeast Side, San Antonio, REDD, Northeast Side, Austin, now representing South Austin for the moment. You know what I'm saying? All these artists is on here. D Dangler, everybody that's on here, man, y'all call in. We plugging, we trying to plug. Okay, so last week I pushed the thing where I was trying to get artist bookings. My partner hit me up the other day, I think it was the day before yesterday, and I just found out that he wasn't doing hip-hop. Now, you could have led with that, Gerald.
Right, because he ain't called me back, bro. I called him, Gerald Bailey.
Gerald Bailey, you could have led with that. But Gerald Bailey was trying to get artists, and what I didn't know that he didn't mean hip-hop. Now, when you say artist to me in reference to music, I got reggae and hip-hop connect. If you're not promoting that well, you should have let me know that. I don't like feeling like I'm wasting my time or wasting anybody's time, and I don't think Gerald meant that. We're gonna move on though. So this platform,
move on.
Yes, sir. So this platform that we're pushing, this conference call, artists, man, y'all get off y'all's egos, man. Hit us up. Let's chat. Let's talk. Let's put together some connects. We're getting videos. Y'all know team footage. I do videos. Come on, y'all know me, man. Stop playing. I do videos. I'm the cheapest motherfucker in town. I do videos for $150, editing and everything. You will get it all. Stop playing. But also, I'm trying to push some shit to promote. If I feel like it's my business, if I feel like I want to do a video for you for free, that's my prerogative. It's my company. I do what the hell I want to. I pay for all my shit. You feel me? Get on the show. Get recognized. Get heard, man. I'm tired of people complaining that they don't get an opportunity. Then when people give you an opportunity, you don't take it. So it's either I'm going crazy, Mike, am I crazy, Finesse, or these people just
you're not crazy.
Or you guys just all talk. What's good? Y'all in y'all hustle, y'all in y'all grind. I got a t-shirt that says asking for handouts is not hustling. Stop faking the game. Stop faking the grind. I
like that.
It's on HonestThinkingShirts.com. Check it out. Okay? And it's got the 2 emojis. It's got the one emoji. It's like, huh? I'm telling y'all. Listen, heed what I'm saying. The other one's got his hand out begging. 2 emojis on there. Check it out. Listen, I'm telling y'all, man. People always talking about they want opportunities. Well, look, man. Look me in my eyes, man. Look me in my eyes. Y'all know me. I've been trying to help people since I come to Texas, man. Y'all know it ain't about egos. And I told y'all, I got another t-shirt. Honest Thinking Shirts. Y'all gonna love me. It ain't about me. It's about success. Everybody eats. It's about movement. That's a movement, yo. No finesse. Talk to these people. Finesse them, bro. I'm about to.
Yo, bro. You know, Mo Deja, listen. I work as you have, and one of the reasons for those who are listening and watching that I love and respect this brother is he comes from a sales background, and I'm in sales. See, I, as an entrepreneur, I use myself as an example because I could talk about myself. Nobody's going to get pissed.
Right.
See, I could talk all the shit that I want about how good I am in sales. I could talk about how many accounts I see. Yep. I can talk about how many hours I put in, all of that.
Yep.
At the end of the day, the week, and the month, how many referrals did I get for healthcare services and how many admissions? And that is a concrete number that I cannot fudge. So at the end of the day, either I made my numbers or I didn't. And Mo Deja has said this. You know, some artists say, I got bars, I got skills. You know, I carry the city on my back. All right. I hear you, my brother, my sister. How many units of music did you sell last month?
And that's us waiting. That's us waiting for your response. How much?
No, you understand? I mean,
how much product did you sell? How much product did you push?
Right.
Jay-Z.
How many people watch this? Because this is how independent artists get paid,
and this is how superstars get paid. Okay, you say that you know you carry the city on your back. Niggas fuck with you. I got this, I got that. How many people can you get to pay $15 to come to a show you promote?
That's us waiting again, by the way.
You understand? Because see, talk is cheap.
Yep.
It's what can I produce? What can you produce? And
exactly.
so tomorrow's conference call is an opportunity to educate us listen, let me say this. I sold as much music as the Fox Boys did when Trap House dropped. I can document that shit.
Yeah.
I sold as much music as they did.
And that's a group of 3 younger gentlemen. One man, sold as many as 3. That shouldn't even be possible. They should have outsold him by 3 times.
And respect to them. You understand? Respect to them. If they're watching, shout out to the Fox Boys. I'm just making a point that I put my money and my work where my mouth is. I walk the streets. I handed out download cards.
Right.
I use a trap game. I have my distributors and my runners. You understand me? I have my millennials.
Absolutely.
I say, yo, this is what I need you to do. Download the single, cost you $1.99, $2.13 with tax, and then share it on your social media. I got a $25 check from a politician that I knew 20 years ago because I hit her up in my instant message. Marketing Trap House. And I own an entertainment company. I'm not just a music manager. I own an entertainment company, Finesse Entertainment. Music, media, and movies. Those are the 3 elements. Modasia. He's done his thing in sales. That's why I love this brother, because he walks the talk, y'all.
On foot.
Yo.
In a shirt and tie. You see me walking around with my little binder and my button-up shirt with my black tie on or something, and probably some dress slacks and dress shoes. And the companies, they don't want to see me, and they close the door on me. I did that for years with AT&T and them, Sprint and all them, yeah. On foot. Homeless than a motherfucker, living in my car. Nobody didn't know. You better get somewhere, man. I've been there. Now, see, the difference between me and you is you're scared to go to hell. I've been to hell and back. And I'm saying it to your face. And the people that understand where I'm coming from can say what I'm saying.
Yo, listen. Listen. Hey, and by show of hands, and I can't even see the hands raised, and indicate something in the chat. How many artists right now, respect to all of you, how many artists want a music career?
Right.
Okay. Maybe it's 5, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20. This is what you got to do. Number 1, you need to have a job. Because you're not going to eat off your music full time initially. Shout out to my brother Chris Red Turner. When we and I first connect, he said, "Yo, Finesse, he called me T.
That's what
I eats off my music, T. All right. You need to have a job because you can't worry about your expenses and build a business. Now watch this. Number 2. Please listen to me, all you young millennials. I'm an old head. I'm an OG. You cannot build a business and eat off your business simultaneously. Hear what I just said. Because any business will take time, energy, and money. You're going to lose money before you break even.
Wow.
And then you're going to break even before you make a profit. Listen to what I just said. That is a platinum jewel. And the day will come, I'm going to charge people $1,000 an hour to listen to me talk. Right now, I'm giving it to y'all free out of love and out of a giving spirit.
Right.
You got to have a job, y'all. Then you need that. You need to be on social media every day, building your social media following.
Yes, sir.
Then you need to be able to put some of your own money up, if not all your money up. Why are you waiting on a record label that's going to indebt you? They're going to indebt you. Because an advance is a loan, which is debt. So now you're a slave to the record label. So you need to be able to put your own money up if you have to.
Shout out Cornian Bailey. Just joined us.
Cornian Bailey, what's up? Then you need to have a strategy to monetize your music. And guess what? I got that strategy. I have a marketing plan that's 5 weeks long that covers all the bases, and I guarantee you'll sell your music.
Hey,
so the first day Trap House
you just hit me up. You just gave me an idea, Finesse. Sorry to interrupt. You just gave me an idea. This is something me and you gonna have to talk about off the record.
Yeah.
Yes, I might need you to finalize a thing for me. Okay, everybody.
I need you, bro.
This my little monkey. My little monkey, Mook Mook. Say goodnight, Mook Mook.
Good night. All right, Mook Mook. What's up, Mook Mook?
He's mad. He got to go to bed. He got to get off the Xbox and go to bed for school tomorrow.
Yeah, and so artists, listen. We're
close my door.
We're OGs. Listen. Chris Whitey, allegedly, God rest his soul, said this in the 90s, and Busta Rhymes said it. It's like they pulled up a Brinks truck to the record company and unloaded that shit. Those days are done. Okay? And Chris Lighty, you gotta Google Chris Lighty or YouTube him. He said those days are over. He said there's no record label now that's gonna ever allow another Jay-Z, Diddy, and Dame Dash to be created.
Exactly.
He said it. He said it. Those days are over. Now is the day of the independent artist on his own grind, coming together with other independent artists and other small boutique labels, boutique entertainment companies like Finesse Entertainment, and papering up.
Yep. Them days is over.
Right? That's new paradigm. You got to be an artistpreneur. Listen, artistpreneur. I'm going to trademark that. You got to be an artistpreneur or artist entrepreneur. And you got to be a music salesperson. If you're not willing to be a music salesperson, you will never have a career.
But you know what? And so to elaborate on that a little bit more, yo, we talked about this, Lord Finesse. You know where I'm going with this. Our generation founded that, y'all. You remember the days of selling the old cassette tapes? Now, y'all don't know what a cassette tape is. Ancient shit to y'all. It's ancient history to y'all. But we sold cassette tapes out of the trunks of our car. I was starting to say earlier, Jay-Z, Too Short, and a lot of them cats. Master P and all them niggas made little mixtapes on cassette and sold this shit out of the trunks of their cars, man. Cats was doing, I mean, we didn't have all the digital design, graphic design, Photoshop and all that shit like we do today. You know, these cats was doing shit the hard way, selling their own t-shirts, their own brand, drawing their own shit on t-shirts, spray paint. I remember back in the day, a spray paint artist used to spray paint jeans and shit. Motherfuckers used to sell them shit, spray paint t-shirts and shit. You understand, man? We did it. We started that way. So why would we tell you any different? You know what I'm saying? We a hustle. That's a hustle. That's when you believe in a thing so much you can get other people to dip in their pocket and buy your shit. They hear
there
it. Oh, yo. What's good now, Kia? Kia, what's good?
Listen, I've invested several, listen to this, because I believe in myself.
Yes, sir.
And I believe in Modasia.
Hey.
Now watch this.
You believe in me, bro? I believe in you too, man.
And I want the youngins on no funny shit now.
Pay attention, youngsters.
I want the youngins to understand this. I have invested several $1,000s of my own money.
Okay, calm down, Mike. You gonna get yourself started, man. Calm down, bro. You good? You ready to go this way?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good, bro.
Okay,
I appreciate it, though.
Cause you know how some of that turned out, and you know, okay.
Right. No. But listen, I'm just
finessing, bro.
Fact. I have invested. No, but I appreciate you cautioning me.
Yes, sir.
I have invested several $1,000s of my own money in my entertainment company. Why? Because I believe in me.
Yes, sir.
How can I go to a Modasia and say Modasia or Red Turner or Corny and Bailey or Alan K. Starling and say, look, I'm looking for $10,000 in investment money. I'm not invested a dime in myself, but I want $10,000 of your money. They look at me and laugh, and they love me because no one will take you seriously unless you take yourself seriously. And you take yourself seriously by investing your own money in your own shit. Jesus said, where your head is, where your heart is, that's where your treasure is, right?
Yep.
This is true.
See what's on my head?
So
I designed it and paid for it myself.
I'm blacker than the blackest black man. I just want to say one more thing, bro.
Nah, you good.
I'm blacker than the blackest black man.
Yeah.
Right? You know what most African Americans think investing is? Giving the money away. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Yo, my nigga, you fucks with me. You know, be an investor. And what they're saying is, give me your money.
Yeah.
With no promise of a return, no repayment, and no thought.
No plan, no business plan, no plan of repayment.
No revenue projections.
You know
no time frame, no contingency, no collateral. Yo, you my nigga.
No ROIs,
Nothing. Give me your money. That's not an investor.
Oh, give me the plug. Give me a hookup.
Not a proper investment request.
Nope. You're gonna learn the hard way.
Yo, man,
see?
I gotta stop, bro. I gotta stop.
No, let him have it. I asked you. I warned him. I said, yo, Finesse, is you ready to go this way? You said, no, I'm good. I warned him. So now let him have it. Finesse their minds, yo. Finesse their young minds. They need to hear this, yo. If you're gonna be successful.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna keep going. And I got 5 to 8 more minutes, and I appreciate you giving me this time.
No, this is all good.
You gentlemen out of love. Now listen, let me talk about investing right now. If any artist, by show of hands,
go party and get that in.
Or you need investors. Okay. Number one, what is your business plan? Okay, and you can outsource that. You can hire somebody to create a business plan for you. Number two, how much money have you already put up? If the answer is 0, put some money up first. Because when I become an investor and Modasia becomes an investor, we're going to help the hood. We're going to help artists. But the minute you say, Finesse, I need $25,000. All right, well, how much money have you already put up? Nothing. Bye. when you put up at least 5 of that, come and talk to me.
Yeah.
Because you're telling me you don't believe enough in yourself to underwrite yourself.
Right.
Hear what I just said.
Ah.
You don't believe, if you're not going to put up some money, you don't believe in yourself enough to put up for yourself. You got to cut for yourself.
Right.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you, what are your revenue projections in order to repay me over what time period? In other words, how are you going to repay me? I got to see it in writing on a spreadsheet. Come on now. What are your sources of revenue? There are only 6 sources of revenue in the music business. I don't care if you are Diddy or me.
Your sources
only 6 sources. So I want to see you projecting revenue based
Exactly.
upon all the 6 sources.
Yep.
Then I want you to let me know what is going to be my return on investment, and that means you're going to pay me back my principal plus my return on investment, and you're going to pay me back when. And I want it all in writing, signed, sealed, and delivered. Okay, now that's real investing.
Yeah.
And it's not personal.
Not the plug.
Because friendship ends when money begins.
Wow.
Yo, I felt that when I said that.
Finesse. Take it
friendship
easy, man.
ends when money begins.
These are other people's kids, yo. You can't be handling them like that. Finesse, yo.
Stop.
I got you.
Yo,
you need some milk. He needs some milk. Finesse. That's what we having these talks about, yo. And the thing that I'm telling people.
Hey, bro, you said it's real talk, right?
It's real talk.
So listen.
You
and I'm going to use this as an example. Watch this. Modej is my brother. You understand me? Nothing I wouldn't do for him. Now what? I'm going to use myself as an example because I can talk about myself and won't piss myself off. I come to Modej and say, Modej, listen, man, I got this investment.
Yeah.
And I got 18 ventures as we speak. Modej, I'm asking you to be an investor of $10,000. At that moment, we're not friends anymore. Now, we're business. We are in business.
It's business.
No emotion, no ego.
Nope.
Now it's about dollars and cents, because if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
It don't make sense.
Talk to me, somebody.
What? And that's a t-shirt in Honest Thinking Shirts. Dollars make sense, and sense makes dollars. Y'all be get somewhere, man. HonestThinkingShirts.com. Yo, we talked about
what
that.
we getting in the chat, man? What we getting in the chat? What kind of feedback we get?
Okay, so no one said. I think so. Cornia says that's what's up. He says you're speaking the truth. Kia
Thank
tuned
you,
in, so shout out to Kia for tuning in, and then
Kia?
yeah. So and then Alan. The last thing I got from Alan on my Facebook is that he was on his way. So I think Jersey Allen will be joining us shortly.
Good.
You and I talked about that. It was the part when we said having black friends while trying to run a business will keep you broke, and it wasn't to insult black people. What we're saying is, we have a way of thinking that because we got homies or homegirls in the business that we can get the plug. And the plug means a free hookup and a free this and that. It's a wonder that anybody in the black community is successful in anything we do and endeavor because everybody expects us to give shit away. That's not how it works, man.
No, we can't.
Can't do it. We're not friends, man. It's just business and we're not friends.
Right, and you know what? And see, how about this? See, when Modeja, and I'm just using this as an example, when I come to Modeja to be an investor, for the duration of that conversation, please, you young heads, please attend to what I'm saying. If we spend an hour in conversation, for that hour, we are not friends. You see, he's my investor, I'm the investee. Once that conversation ends, hey, Modeja, let's go get some dinner. Now we're friends again.
Yeah.
But when we talking business, then we both put on our business hat. We ain't cutting it. We ain't kicking it. He wants his money with the return, and he will want it in a defined period of time. And it is incumbent upon me to assure him, to guarantee him, by my revenue projections, by the fact that I've studied my market, that I've created my plan, and that I have put up some of my own money. That guarantees Modeja that he will get his back. Watch this now. Even if I have to pay him out of my pocket.
So what's he saying?
Okay.
To answer all the who, where, when, and why of trying to get investment from somebody. You can't just come with your hand out talking about, hey man, hey, we friends, we homies, man. Hook me up, man. I need about $150,000 just off rip. Just like that. I'm just gonna cut you Yeah, right away. Let me go right to my bank and get that for you. No, it's not.
Hey, let me go to the money tree. Let me go to the money tree and shake some of that shit off.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Come on, that ain't.
Yeah, but that's how most days. That's how a lot of us think. And then there is no ego and no emotion in business. So why are you getting upset? No, if you don't show me that you got your own money up, you don't have a business plan, if you don't have revenue projections and all of that. If I say I'm not rejecting you, watch this. I'm rejecting the insufficiency of your plan.
Right.
Then we dropping shit tonight.
That's what's up. So the big thing, so we said all that, and y'all young kids, man, if you guys are trying to make the money, man, you guys are trying to be on your grind, man, this is real, man. This is real talk, man. This is what we talking about. And I know it sounds preachy and teachy, and people don't want to hear all that shit, but listen, if you're trying to be on your real grind, on your real hustle, this is what we're doing to help people. This is our way of helping y'all get there, man. Listen, I ain't rich by any stretch, but I'm successful. I'm successful than a motherfucker. Everything I got, I wish somebody would come in here and try to take something from me. You can't take none of this from me. I built this. This is mine. I got this. Tell them.
So more days. I got my question, man, real fast. I know y'all been talking relationship. We've been talking relationship since Monday.
Yeah. Go ahead. You broke up, so what did you... Go ahead.
I said, do you want me to answer a relationship question? I got about 3 minutes, man.
Okay, so let's address Miss Veg Max. Miss Veg Max, you still with us? Please respond. We're going to get a message here in a minute. Miss Veg Max and we were talking about some real deep to heart stuff about controlling relationships, red flags, and when do you recognize red flags? Is it too late? Have you noticed red flags in the beginning of the relationship? See the and don't adhere to them, and we were talking about that. We're talking about people that were controlling, abusive in relationships, and so on and so forth. So let me see. Veg Max, you still with us? Sylvia, you still with us? Because I know she was watching. She was responding. She was the last one that responded, and then Cornian responded. So let's see if she responds. Spicy Jocelyn, you still with us? So I'm waiting for them to type in anything. Okay, so the last time I mentioned anything to Veg Mech, she was asking for the information that you were saying about the information about the conference.
Conference call. Yeah, you know what I'll do, bro? I'll post it again.
Yeah.
But once you share it, I'll post it again, and I gave it to you to write down. So
yeah, I wrote it down on here. So.
All right, so let me do this, man. I gotta call back one of my artists, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back on tomorrow. So, you know, everybody, I appreciate you watching. You know, when I sign off, I say this.
Yeah.
Start where you are, with what you have, and do something today. One love. Peace.
Peace. That's what's
up,
man.
My brother.
All right, Lord Finesse.
I'll call you in the morning, bro.
No doubt. You know it. So that was Lord Finesse, y'all, of Finesse Entertainment. Just kicking down some knowledge on how to, you know what I'm saying, properly. If you're trying to run a business or you're trying to be your own entrepreneur or whatever, just kick off your entrepreneurship. If you're on your grind, the ways that you could do it so that you could be successful. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to help. That's what's up. That's what's up, Red. Invest to stay blessed. I love it. So, yeah, man. So shout out to Chris, Red Turner, REDD, Northeast Austin in the building. Shout out to everybody that's on here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff we talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, listen, we could talk about all the other stuff we want to, man. But at the end of the day, how are we really helping each other if we don't really kick down the real knowledge, the real facts? You understand what I'm saying? Cats is just not getting rich like that. They doing something. Even these cats that's on YouTube, man, they walk around with a camera, exposing their own lives, YouTubing their own personal businesses. People are losing relationships over it because the relationships are publicized, and a lot of people can't function that way. A lot of women, they like their privacy in the relationships. It puts a strain on the relationship. But if you're gonna be that YouTuber that's gonna be up there in the millions, getting the million viewers and the million watches, you got people interested in what you're doing. That's a grind. That's a hustle. You got to stay on that grind. You cannot let that go. You understand? So yeah, man. People got to understand that we trying to listen, and it's not that we better than anybody. We think we know the game. Well, why you ain't rich? Listen, I fucked up many opportunities to be rich. But that's because I made other decision choices, and being a father was one of them. And that's something I will do it 100 times over. You know what I mean? If I was rich then, I'd have been probably dead now. Because the way I was living back then, I was wilding. I was living wild, drinking, fucking, doing all kind of shit with money and all that on top of that. By who knows what I'd been doing. So now I'm ready. But I had to learn the game. I had to learn the craft. You feel what I'm saying? So I think we're joined here by Jersey Allen. Is that Jersey Allen in the building? Oh, hi, Julie.
Hi.
Oh, that's you coming back from dance?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was Jersey Allen. You came back early.
We did a recital. Okay, so we're doing a recital.
So this is my 13-year-old that has just intruded on me. So she got to make her introductions. Come in here and say hi to people. Hi, people.
Hi, people. Okay, so we're
right here.
Oh, hi, people.
And right there. Camera 2.
Hi, people. Okay, so
that's an entrepreneur too. She got her own brand. Check her out. She's on my site, Honest Thinking Shirts. She's under what's the name of your brand?
Black Amethyst.
I'm sorry, it's what? I'm sorry, they can't hear that. You guys say. Look, come on. Take it off. Let's show them what we're dealing with. Look.
Also,
is this the jacket? Hold the jacket up for people. My own daughter has invested in her own brand. This is Black Amethyst. Now, of course, Dad has helped design it, but this is my daughter's design. Black Amethyst, y'all. Y'all see this? Okay, let's see the jacket and the hoodies. She got socks and backpacks and all kinds of stuff. Look, see y'all?
For dance, we're going to do a recital
got her own,
where we're going to show parents we're doing, so we're practicing.
Okay, so she's doing a recital in her dance. Look, she got her own name on it. She's got a name on her own brand, y'all. You see what I'm saying? And then, of course, Dad has to put his little stamp on it. HonestThinkingShirts.com. Do y'all see that? HonestThinkingShirts.com. That is my logo. Just to let people know, Honest Thinking Shirts. What you see is what you get. See, it's right here on my hat, yo. You got to invest in yourself, y'all.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Thank you. And we'll talk about that in that recital after a while.
Okay.
So, ladies and germs, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, if you don't invest in yourself, people are going to look at you like, well, if you don't believe in your own self, then how you expect me to kick down my money that I work hard for and show that I believe in you? That's all we're trying to say. So, without further ado, I'm going to go back and call my man Doug Kirk, who was on here earlier. So let's go call Doug Kirk back, and let's finish that conversation, and then we're gonna get back and talking to hopefully Veg Mex and them come back. Veg Mex, are y'all still here or what? Okay, so that's Doug Kirk. So I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Let's see if Doug Kirk if he answers, and we can pick up where we left off. And I really love this. I really appreciate this, you guys. Chegwi!
How'd you get this number?
Doug Kirk in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We are rejoined again by Douglas J.T. Captain Kirk. That probably doesn't get old. Doug Kirk, what's up?
I thought I had gatekeepers. How did you get to me?
I know a guy.
Hey, the other day you and I were talking about going to the beach. We're going to do that one of these days, Mo.
Very soon. Very soon. It's going to be hard to get a hold of us in the French Polynesians. I'm going to tell people that right now.
We're going to be sitting there with those drinks that have the umbrellas in them, you know?
That's right. Mo, I thought you don't drink. I don't drink in America. For 10 years I'm sober. But in Bora Bora, it's kind of hard to stay sober. Chegwi, I looked for you on my site, man. I didn't see. What shirt did you buy from me, bro? I was looking for it, but I wanted to show it off and say, yo, man, my man from Orlando is representing his boy, man. For those of y'all who don't know who Chegwi is, that's my man Edwin Perez, representing the Dominican Republic. And so he was going to buy a shirt from my company. I wanted to show that off, but I didn't see what shirts. I couldn't find it, so let me know what shirt did you buy, bro? I didn't see it. It didn't show up unless it didn't go through yet or you didn't do it yet. But if you do, I'm looking for it, fam. Appreciate that. Doug Kirk, back to you.
Hey, Mo, well, earlier we were talking about how great it is to be an American. You know, despite our problems, despite our political issues, despite what goes on socially, this is still a pretty nice place to live. And I think everybody needs to be reminded of that from time to time, that you can't hardly beat it. I don't see a lot of people trying to get out of America to go somewhere else. They all seem to be trying to get into America. And that ought to tell you something, you know?
Right. Well,
I was talking to a lady the other day. Don't know how old she was, but an older person. And I said, well, do you consider yourself Mexican American? And she said, no, I don't. I said, really? And she said, no, I am an American, period. And I said, well, that's unusual because a lot of times people like to abbreviate their names or hyphenate their name. And she said, no, we came to America, my mother came to America, even refused to speak Spanish at home because she wanted us to learn English because we were Americans.
Right.
And, that I was telling her that's exactly the way my parents were, or my grandparents. My grandparents immigrated. One set immigrated from Ireland, the other set immigrated from Germany, came in through Galveston, or the Germans came in through Galveston, the Irish came in through New York, but they came in like the 1880s, and the Germans, when they got here, they refused to speak German. And even though my grandmother was fluent in German because that was the language she was raised on, she would not speak it because she wanted to be an American.
Right.
And I remember that. It's like, wow. So they were cutting the ties with their past so that they could live here in this country and benefit from this country. And I think all of us need to remember that. We're very blessed to be here, no matter how we got here.
Right.
We're very blessed to be here because there is a lot of trouble going on around the world.
Well, here's my thoughts on some of that. First of all, I agree with the part that they are not Mexican American. I am American. That's the problem that we have with I come from the islands, but being considered an African American, I don't know nothing about Africa. I'm not African, okay? I'm born in this country. I'm American. You know what I mean? And I think that calling an American black person African American is kind of an insult. I mean, that's just to my belief. People, you have your thoughts, and it's okay. But to my belief, to call a black person from this country an African American, their ancestors are African from a long, 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 long time. But these people are born here in this country. That makes you. It's no different. You got black people, white people, Spanish people born in France. They're considered French. We don't hear them saying Spanish Frenchmen or whatever. They just call French. So how come in America it's you're something else than American? Why can't you be American? Especially if you got an American birth certificate. When is anybody in America an American outside of being white? And that's sad. If you're white and you're born in this country, you're American. But if you're black or something else, then you're that and then American. And I think that's insulting. I think it's wrong to think that. I also don't agree with the families having to denounce where they come from in order to be considered American. Fuck that. Be proud of who you are. I'm an American, but I'm proud that my father's family and they're Cubans. I'm proud of that. What's wrong with that? Your family's Irish and German. Are you not proud of them? Look at what they had to get through and go through to get you here. I mean, everything that they had done is what helped to make you and create you, the guy that we know, Doug Kirk. If they hadn't done any of that, who the fuck would Doug Kirk have been if Doug Kirk would have even existed? So we should be thankful and proud of that. But to denounce where you come from, I think that's kind of heartbreaking. It's sad. And I don't agree. I can't agree with that. Go ahead. Talk to me, Doug Kirk.
Well, yeah, I totally understand that. No, you should not denounce your parents or your grandparents. You should not denounce your heritage. But at the same time, embrace the fact that we are all here brothers as Americans, brothers and sisters as Americans.
That's what we are.
And that's a wonderful thing because the alternative is we could be Russians, we could be Chinese, we could be any other country you want to name that's not as cool as this one. And now let me talk about slavery for a second. Slavery was wrong. We all know it's wrong. It's wrong to steal a person's labor, and that's what they were doing. Even though the people from Africa who were sold into slavery, the reason they became slaves in many cases is because they had wars and they lost the war. They were the losers, and so the winners sold them, and the people that bought them were the British and the Dutch primarily. That was the main slave traders back in the day. So they were brought to this country as slaves, and they had to They had to do what, quote, the master said. Some of the masters were good, some of the masters were bad. Some of the masters whipped the hell out of them for no reason. Some of the masters treated them pretty well. Regardless, slavery was wrong. However, the fact that not necessarily you, but many people, their forefathers, their ancestors paid that price, a dear price. They did not have freedom. They had to work in the hot sun. They had to freeze in the cold winter. They paid that price, and now, after all of these years, you're an American.
Yeah.
Be proud of the fact that you're an American, and be proud of the fact that your people before you paid that price.
I have ancestors on both sides. I have ancestors that were the Caribbean slaves in Cuba and the Virgin Islands, and not the Virgin Islands, but Cuba and French Islands. My grandmother is from the French Islands of Saint Martin. You know where that's at, right? So
yeah.
And so the slaves that were brought there, that worked the cane mills out there, the sugar cane slaves, and the ones that did the raw materials like that to make the rum and all the native liquor that everybody's getting drunk on now. There's a lot of slaves the slaves are attached to that with the molasses and all that. You know what I'm saying? And we can go into that. And then I have, of course, my American ancestry. My family that's from Long Island, New York, from Rochester, New York, all that bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm from. I'm from Long Island, New York. I was born in Jamaica, Queens, and my mom took me to the island when I was a little tiny baby. So I have two birth certificates. I have one from St. Croix, and I have one from Queens, New York. And I embrace both of them. So the answer to me, where are you from? America? Yes. You from the islands? Yes. Because that's me. That's my life. That's what I did. That's what I've been through. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and argue about where I was exactly born, but I have two birth certificates, okay? And I'm more inclined to listen to what my mother said. My mother said I was born in Jamaica, Queens, in Queensboro Hospital, 1974, the 19th day of April. So there it is, at 10:30 p.m. So I'm an American.
Well, and see, Mo, you and I have talked many, many, hundreds of hours on the phone, many, many hours.
I see you,
I have never heard you say that somebody owes you something.
No.
Nobody owes you anything, and you understand that. Nobody owes you anything.
You might owe me a motherfucker. Why?
If you're going to be successful, you're going to work hard, you're going to be creative, you're going to build a movement, and that's how you're going to be successful. Yes. The people that are born and taught and told, oh, well, the government owes you or the system owes you, they're going to be sadly disappointed because the system is not very good at providing anything to anybody. If you're going to be successful in America, you need to get up early, work hard, come up with great ideas, and take advantage of those opportunities that come along.
Right.
Now, are there going to be times when you feel like, hey, that guy got an opportunity and I didn't? Yeah, you're going to feel that, but you just have to let that roll off your back and keep looking for that opportunity. Keep pushing, and then eventually you'll be successful. And that's something that you can do in this country that you can't do in a lot of countries.
Right.
And that's why I think we all need to be talking about how blessed we are to be here. And you know me, I've struggled with success. I've struggled with things that, really should be going my way, and it's not.
Right.
And, it's not racist. I mean, I'm a white guy, okay? So it's not racist. Nobody's looking down on me because I'm a white guy. What it is that the system looks down on everybody. The system makes everybody work. And I really believe that having struggled. And I'm sure you got plenty of stories where, a guy was Hispanic and a guy was white, and the white guy got the job, the Hispanic didn't, or whatever. I'm sure that goes on constantly. But we just have to say, no, it's not right, we're not going to allow that, and move forward and try to be successful.
Well, there's a lot of that in this system, and it's sorry to intrude, but there's a lot of that in this system. Hold on, I think my other guest has just arrived. So if you want to keep that thought going to the to our other guests, go ahead. I'm gonna go entertain. I'm gonna go get that other guest. That's Jersey Allen. Keep going. We're listening. You're still live.
Okay, so what do you want me to do? I'm not sure. You want me to just
finish, you can finish your point.
Hey, I do want to say this while you're doing what you're doing. We talked earlier about South Africa, And I am becoming aware of what's going on in South Africa. I did not know these things. So consequently, I was ignorant of what was going on in South Africa. I did not know until recently, I just learned this, that after World War II, the Allies, which is the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and the United States, had a policy, written policy, to starve to death the German people. I didn't know that.
Really?
But the data is starting to come out now, the documents, that was their policy. Not only did they bomb the hell out of Germany until Germany quit, they were at war, but at the end of the war, they put the German soldiers into POW camps. They didn't feed them. They didn't provide water. They didn't provide shelter. These guys were sleeping out on the ground, and they were dying by the thousands.
Wait,
More
who did
Germans, the Allies, the Americans, the Soviet Union, and the United Kingdom. They had a policy. It was secret. It was kept secret at the time. They had a policy that said, look, Germany's been a problem twice. Germany started World War I, and then Germany started World War II. The only way we're going to deal with the Germans is exterminate them. And they weren't going to just go out and shoot them. They were going to starve them to death. And so that's what they did. They put them in these camps, and they fed them a lot less than they needed to live, and they starved to death.
Wow.
They didn't give them medical treatment, and this was a policy of the Allies. I didn't know that until recently. This research is now starting to come out. I said, wow.
I never heard that before.
That's embarrassing. At the end of the war, you're supposed to, everybody put your arms down and
Check,
let's start to rebuild. But no, what they wanted to do is get rid of them, wipe them off the face of the earth. Oh, wow. And also remember, the United States of America had a policy at one time to exterminate the American Indians. That was, at first nobody talked about it, but later on, during the period of General Custer and those guys, they were told, oh, go round up the Indians, put them on the reservation, and if you can't, kill them. They were exterminating them. And that's pretty embarrassing. I hate to be part of a country that did that, but it is, after all, history. We can't change the facts. And speaking of that, by the way, Mo, I'm on a tear today.
Yes.
This business of going around ripping down statues of Robert E. Lee is just stupid. And people are saying, well, he was for slavery. He was for the Confederate States. Whoa, wait a minute. Robert E. Lee never owned a single slave. He was opposed to slavery. He was a United States Army officer. He was the superintendent of West Point. And when the Civil War broke out, he had to resign his commission in the United States Army in order to become a Confederate. And the reason he did that, he writes about this. He said it was a very difficult decision for him. The reason he did that is because his loyalty was to the state of Virginia, which back in those days, everybody was loyal to their state. And so he said, I got to go with Virginia. And the reason the Confederate forces were so successful against the Union armies is because Robert E. Lee knew all the generals. They were his students from West Point. And so he knew how they would think. He knew how they would do a battle. Consequently, the Confederates won the first part of the Civil War. Now, that all got turned because Abraham Lincoln came along and he said, we've got to do something. We're losing this war. We got to do something. So that's when Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which was, hey, if you're a slave, you're now free. Come to the North, and we'll take care of you. And they did. They came in large numbers, and they put them in the Army, and they continued to fight the Civil War. And as a result of that, the Union won the Civil War, and in the process, slavery was officially abolished in the United States. A lot of people don't realize this. So when you go around and say, we need to tear down all the Confederate flags, all the Confederate statues, all the Confederate plaques, like they just took a Confederate plaque out of the Capitol in Austin. What you're doing is you're thumbing your nose at history and you're trying to erase reality. That's the way it was. Was slavery right? No, it was not right. But at least we tried to fix it. Once they had this gigantic war, 750,000 Americans were killed, we tried to fix it. And so we should remember that so that we don't repeat those mistakes. That's the problem with history. If you don't study and learn history, you're going to repeat the mistakes. We don't want to do that. We want to learn from it. We want to put this stuff behind us, but don't erase it. Don't pretend that it never happened. Right. Well, I don't think you've ever been this quiet your whole life.
I'm just listening. I mean, there's a lot of that stuff that we were taught, and there's a lot of that stuff that doesn't get taught. And so we're listening. I'm listening. The viewers are listening.
Well, I just don't think we should, like people are talking about down at the Alamo. They're talking about changing the history of the Alamo. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Why? The purpose of the war for independence for Texas, which were Alamo and San Jacinto, was so that they could free themselves from the rule of Mexico. And they had a war, and they won. Santa Anna was defeated. And as it goes in all wars, the guy who wins gets to write the history.
Yeah.
But now they're coming back and saying, well, you know, the men that died at the Alamo were not heroes. Well, what do you want to call them? I mean, they stood up there and they said, we're going to fight for independence. And they drew the line, you know, the famous line that Travis drew, nobody stepped over the line. You know, they all agreed, okay, we're going to die here. You know, we're going to die fighting. Got to tell you one other thing about independence and freedom. As you know, Mo, I have a friend who lives in Croatia. Now, most people, you know, you got to spin your globe to hunt for Croatia, but Croatia is a country that was formerly part of the Soviet Union as a province of Yugoslavia. So you've heard of Yugoslavia. But in 1991, the Soviet Union fell apart, and the country of Croatia had a war for independence. And it was a bloody war. It went for 3.5 or 4 years in 1991. That's when it started. As a result of that, the Croatian people created the Republic of Croatia, which is a free nation today. They're a democratic nation. They're considered one of the jewels of Europe because they have the Adriatic Sea and they have a lot of tourism there.
Yeah.
And my friend was telling me that we've never had a terrorist attack in Croatia. Never had one. It's considered one of the safest countries in Europe. I think the reason for that is because their war of independence is still in their memory. 1991 is not that long ago.
Right. And
they remember what it took in order to be free. Now, here in America, our war for independence was, back in 1776? That's when it got started?
Yeah.
Well, all the people that fought the American Revolution, they're gone. They're dead. So it's easy to forget what it is that they were fighting for. And this is it. I'll tell you, they were fighting to create a government that believed in protecting life, liberty, and those are the things they believed in. And, of course, in the Declaration of Independence, they said all men are created equal. They sort of got that right, and they sort of got that wrong, because the guys that wrote that were slave owners. But, you know, that got did later. But they did at least have the concept all men are created equal. Well, back then they didn't think women were created equal either, so we kind of corrected that also with the suffrage movement in the beginning of last century. My point is this. We all need to remember how blessed we are to live in a country that has liberty and freedom, and you can wake up in the morning and you can say, this is what I'm going to do today, this is where I'm going to go, this is what I'm going to create, because countries around enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy. And I think it's important to sit down every once in a while and say, you know what, thank you. Thank you to all the people that came before us. Some were right, some were wrong, but the bottom line is we live in a free country today. Mostly free. Mostly free. Wait till the cops come behind you with lights flashing. You're not going to think it's so free, but you know what I mean, right?
So, just in now, that's Doug Kirk, y'all, and that's his take on, with all that's going on in South Africa right now and around the world, why we should be thankful and grateful for at least the kind of country that we have here. What's happening, McKelly? I want to take this time to shout out everybody that's tuned in, man. I got a lot of new people that have tuned in. To Nikki, what's up? Legend of the 80s, thanks for joining. Primordial J, thanks for joining. Everybody Eats Gossip and Happy Hour. Spicy Jocelyn, what's up? Welcome back. Brittany Marable, I hope I said that right. Thank you for joining Everybody Eats Happy Hour. And everybody that's on my, Edwin from Dominican Republic. By the way, I want to shout out Edwin. Today, I guess, is his Dominican Republic's Independence Day. So, happy Independence Day to the Dominican Republic. From whoever they were colonized, so I guess from Spain or whoever colonized them. So, happy Independence Day. Shout out to my man Chegui, a.k.a. Edwin Perez. I'm joined here with my man Jersey Allen, who's just joined the building. You gotta have your mic, man.
Yeah,
damn.
I finally got it back. I'm here. How's everybody doing tonight?
Well, so, and then again, like I said, this is my partner and friend Doug Kirk. Like I said, I only can speak on my points of view based on my own world experience in this life, and Doug is speaking his POV. So we all try to show respect and show love and appreciation for everybody's points of view. It's your side. It's what you see. It's what you live. I can't tell you what you've been through. Only you can tell me what you've been through, and I can just sit back and either agree or disagree, but appreciate your points of view. My friend Ed Chegui says, "What's up, Jersey?"
What's happening, Ed? What's happening?
Chegui.
Chegui.
Yeah. Spicy Jocelyn, what's up, girl? So, Doug Kirk, where you at?
Well, I'm just sitting here. I got you on Facebook. I see the Pittsburgh Steelers back there. I know you're a Pittsburgh fan.
That's right. Hey, he don't know shit, huh? You should have seen us, Doug Kirk, a few years back. Remember when we was the Caravan? We had all our whips was all decked out. Me, you, Derek, everybody, and we go to Bikinis on it because the owner of Bikinis he's from Pittsburgh. He's a Steeler fan, and I met him one time at a tailgate. I had Pittsburgh belt buckle on with the logo on it. And he saw it and he goes, I love your belt buckle. And we've been friends ever since. So we was going to Bikinis and what was the other place, the other sports bar? Third Base and all those places, man. And we was down at these places. And I'm talking decked from our head to our toes. I still got my Steel Colors jersey somewhere. I got Steelers shit everywhere. My car was decked out with the steering wheel covers, the seat covers, the Pittsburgh Steelers dices, the headrest,
the mirror cover,
damn blankets, fucking the emblem stuck on the window. Did you ever get the emblem to put on the window? The logo?
I'm gonna get the lights to go on the door next.
I had the license. What?
And Mo, you had the guts to do that in Austin, Texas?
I still got the guts. I'm in Wilco doing that. What you talking about? Edwin talking about green gay. Ben gay? Like the rub? What's he talking about? He been gay? He green gay?
Just don't bend over.
Just don't bend over. You admitting something? You admitting that you gay? What you saying?
That's another conversation, man. We're going off into another lane.
Chevy, what you talking about? You hurting my feelings, bro. You know it's still Steeler Nation, bro. Chevy, we just wished you happy Independence Day and everything. Don't do me like that, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I like Green Bay. I like Brett Favre and all them. Them guys, they had a good thing going back in the day. Anywho, yo. So shout out to Chegui in Green Bay. Mexican Vegan, where have you been? We've been looking for you. We've been asking you. Mike, my man Lord Finesse wanted to ask you some questions and stuff. Jersey Island is back. Hey.
I just got here. Sorry I'm late. I had little issues, but I fixed it.
But he fixed it.
I fixed it.
And we're back. And everything's okay. And we're all happy. There he is. So Veg Max, I'm joined here. Oh, you had a phone call. You might have led with that because we thought you just abandoned us. All right, so shout out again to my man Doug Kirk. He's on here, kind of giving us a rundown on. Okay, so why he went on this tangent again on the American history and slavery and justice and all that and what we've been through, and it's because of what's going on in South Africa. So he's gonna go ahead and finish that. So talk to us some more about the atrocities that are happening in South Africa. Go ahead.
Well, I've just become aware of this, and Mo, the reason the reason I try to study history in different ways is I end up putting these in my books. I'm at book number 11 now, and in book number 11, I've got some scenes where Somali pirates are taking over a Chinese container ship. And so as I study these things so I can write the scenes, I start learning about other things, and I became aware that the nation of South Africa, unfortunately, is probably going to end up being a failed state. And there's going to be untold suffering. There's going to be starvation. There's going to be violence. There's going to be just a tremendous bad thing for these guys. It didn't start overnight. It's been cooking for a while, but it seems to really be heating up. And part of the reason is because of the political leadership that they have now called for and this is what they call it, the expropriation without compensation of landowners' land. They're going to go and seize their land, kick the landowners off the land, and they're going to take that land without paying them for it. And, here in America, we have property rights. You live in a house, you own that house. Nobody can kick you out of that house unless it's the banker. The banker can do it. But the government can't come along and kick you out of your house. At least we hope not. But what's happening in South Africa is that's now the policy. And they just, a week ago or 10 days ago, they just started doing it. They were taking people off their land and paying them in the past, buying their land. But now they're just saying, get out, goodbye. You have to leave. We're taking the land. And that is going to create a crisis that will be of humanitarian proportion. Because when those farms no longer produce food, that's going to cause more starvation. And the more starvation you have, the more violence you're going to have. Because when people don't eat, what choice do they have? I mean, they're going to go out and they're going to become criminals. So my fear is that as a nation, South Africa is going to fail. And we're going to watch. I mean, right now the United States of America is not participating, not doing anything about it. I don't know if we should or we shouldn't. We ought to at least talk about it. But we're not sending any humanitarian aid. We're not helping anybody. And we're just going to sit back and watch a whole country just collapse. And we've already seen this. Somalia collapsed and Zimbabwe collapsed. Same scenario where for some reason people lose their source of food. In the case of Somalia, their fishing grounds were overfished by foreign vessels. There were ships that came into their fishing waters and they grabbed all the fish. So then the Somali fishermen couldn't fish, and so consequently the people starved. And when they started starving, that's when the Somalis became pirates. So people say modern day pirates? Yeah, modern day pirates. I mean, they will literally take over a merchant marine vessel, and they will demand ransom money. And so far, up until now, it's been pretty non-violent. In other words, the Somalis will take a ship, but they won't kill anybody. And consequently, the response from the international community has been they try to negotiate. They don't go there with guns blazing. But that's coming. You know that's coming. You know that there's going to be people that say, hey, you took my ship, I'm going to blow you up and blow your country up. So why don't we as Americans or as the United Nations, why don't we do something to help these people where they can eat? Why don't we do something to get them back on the road to prosperity? And for some reason we don't. I mean, we'll help a lot of countries, but the last continent we help is Africa.
So So let's interject right there, and let's take some comments. We've got some comments, Doug. You've been on a tangent, and so we've got some people that said, okay, some people are believing they're saying that yes, there are documentaries. VegMex says yes, that there. You're talking about South Africa, yes, VegMex. We are talking. That's Sylvia, aka VegMex. We are talking about South Africa, and she says yes, it's brutal. And it's sad, and there's documentaries that are talking about that. Killers taking land over the owners, and so on and so forth. They said many YouTubers have made documentaries of this. It's insane. Shout out Gregor from Space. How you doing? Welcome to the thing. My man Edwin Perez of the Dominican Republic shouts out, yeah, man, we're talking about South Africa, and yeah, that is going on over there. But let's talk about what's going on in this, and also in Venezuela. So what's going on in Venezuela, that's a concern. Also, we have another person, and I could let you speak on that, Jersey, and your concerns. Many people believe that Africa is not being helped because it is, and quite truthfully, people just aren't running to our aid. Now, your thoughts on these comments that have been...
They're waiting for it to drop so they can go over and claim it, basically.
Well, I think there is a lot of truth to the idea that the rest of the world rushes to the aid of the countries in Africa. That they just don't. And I think it probably is because the majority of the people living in Africa are black. I think that probably is true. Now the question is why? Why do we let that happen? Why can we spend trillions of dollars in the Middle East? Trillions of dollars in the Middle East, and we can't spend money in Africa. What's wrong with us?
You know what that is?
I don't know the answer to that.
You know what that is? I think it's one of the things that I'm sorry to jump in. One of the things that was put in this world in words where black people are looked upon as not people. They're looked upon as animals, not people,
or property. And we've got other comments too. What are the comments? Shout them out while you're on the mic.
That's really sad. It's really sad. I'm mad at that.
That's by Spicy Jocelyn.
And then, well, a lot of South African farmers are white too. But I think it's because South Africa doesn't have resources.
Well, we're talking about Africa as a whole, VegMex. We're talking about Africa as a whole being an ultimately black country. We're not just talking about South Africa in that respect. Jono. Okay, so Alan and then Doug, comment on your thoughts on his thoughts.
Well, again,
all right. Shout out, Chegg. He said that he agrees with you on that. So I guess he's agreeing. Yeah. Edwin Perez, aka Chegg, with the Dominican Republic, agrees with Alan Starlin that. So you finish your thought. Go ahead.
My thought is, like I said, mostly they'll help any other country that's non-black or not really populated with blacks there are in Africa. They're waiting for Africa to basically fold before they go over and say, you know what, we'll help you by taking over, and then you'll be under our rule. Kind of like how they stole America.
The United States of Africa. Are you ready for that? Let's get used to hearing that, y'all. The United States of Africa. Get ready for that.
True.
I think I value what you're saying, but you ought to be saying the Chinese Republic of Africa, because China.
Yes, we were just talking about that.
I just said that.
We were just talking about that. Me and him.
Well, China has expressed an interest in Africa because I think China recognizes that Africa has natural resources that simply need to be developed. Now, the question is, are you going to develop those the people that own them? Steal that from them and then develop it for your own benefit.
Isn't that the question? The other question you might ask before you get started
been stealing it.
Is also, in case you haven't wondered, if you haven't noticed, Africa, like India, needs somewhere to put the 3 billion people they got. They're running out of room and resources for themselves, and they're starting to take over Caribbean islands. That's why. Remember that reggae song I made, "Don't Let Jamaica Fall." That was that song. That was the reason why there was a growing concern that China is starting to take over Jamaica, and it's changing the culture now. They're trying to implement the Cantonese and Mandarin language over there and trying to change it. And before you know it, now Jamaica's going to be a mainly Chinese-speaking country, and people don't hear about that a lot, and that's sad because Jamaica, after all they've been through to be the country that they've become from the British, and look how the British left them, poor and fucked up after they took everything they wanted out of that. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody eats. This is what it's all about. So we're gonna go with Alan, and then Doug. Go ahead with your thought.
What I've noticed with Africa and Jamaica, as they build, like you said, they're using resources. There's resources that need to be, I guess, critiqued and built upon. They're moving, instead of training, teaching, and bringing on an entire town, city, they're moving them further out into the dust. They'll pick and choose who they want, and then you have the black ones that actually turn against their own. Mm-hmm. And I call them coons, and we have a bunch of those in America. But there are a lot of coons in Africa. There's a lot of coons in Jamaica that will turn on their own just to, I guess, sit at master's table. That mental slavery has never changed. Your turn.
Throwing black people under their bus just so you can
instead of building up each other, they will tear each other down to try to appease the Chinese or the Americans or whoever else is coming over here to fix things.
Well, I have a thought on that. In the United States, it looks to me like there is an effort, behind-the-scenes effort, to cause racism to flare up and become worse than it was a few years ago. Mm. And that's how the British conquered India. They pit one side against the other. It's called divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. So they're taking Americans and pitting them against Americans and making us fight amongst ourselves. And it's like, why? Because when we're divided, they can control us. Now, who is they? Who is they? They is the deep state, that group of people that's behind the scenes that runs the world. They not only run the United States, they run Europe, they run Africa, they run Asia. These are the people that are in it for the money. They, as far as I'm concerned, they don't have souls. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care what the bottom line is other than how much money goes in their pocket. Mm. And I've seen that going on here in the United States. I mean, within the last few years, it's really gotten out of control. I mean, why are we fighting each other? We're Americans here. Now, do you have issues? Of course. I mean, I look at Martin Luther King in the 1960s. Martin Luther King was a great leader because he focused on a problem and he got the political establishment to recognize it and to begin to fix it. Now, they rewarded him by killing him, but that's what happens when the establishment gets called out. They assassinate somebody. Okay, they killed JFK. They killed Martin Luther King. They killed Bobby Kennedy,
Malcolm X,
and all of these guys were for the people.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X. Yes, I'm sorry, that's another one. Okay, so we have to think about that. If they're willing to kill, JFK, if they're willing to kill a president, man, they'll kill anybody. And if you believe for 1 second that Oswald was the shooter, you're out of your tree. Because there's way too much evidence to show that was a government hit. It was probably CIA operation with mafia shooters. And Lee Harvey Oswald was exactly what he said he was. He was a patsy. They set him up to take the fall. And then they shot him the next day so he wouldn't talk. Now, if they're willing to kill a president, and they're willing to kill a political leader like Martin Luther King, I mean, Martin Luther King never hurt anybody. This guy was all about peaceful protests. Well, they popped him. Memphis, Tennessee, they shot him.
He didn't die from an initial gunshot. He didn't die from an initial gunshot. He died in the hospital where they actually suffocated him.
Who? No, that was Martin Luther King.
That's what he just said.
Yeah.
That's what he just said. He didn't die from an initial gunshot. They proved that he was actually suffocated by someone in the hospital while everybody in the hospital spit on his body.
He was cognizant. He was calling for the nurse. And when the nurse was coming in, some gentleman came in, asked the nurse to step outside. They stepped outside and smothered him to death and said that he died from the gunshot.
And they all spit on his body.
That's fucked up.
Nurses,
okay, so we got some other comments. Let's take a minute for some comments. Okay, so what's Jocelyn talking about? Jocelyn, I'm not sure we understand what you're talking about, honey. So you said, like, I want to go kill them, but let them learn for letting them do that. Who are you referring? Let me turn down my soca music. Okay, you was listening to music. I see y'all, I won't tell. I'm not sure I follow your comments. We got Chegwi. This guy, so Chegwi says he agrees. I guess he's talking about Alan. He's saying, yes, sir. And I guess he agrees with you about the whole thing with the racism stuff that's going on in this country and what's going on. He said, yes, indeed, the government is corrupt in our country. And I guess he says, you're trying to tell us that if you went to high school here, you should know that, I guess he's talking about Trump is next. And he feels sorry for that guy. And then he says, why haven't they got Trump then? To ask you that. And then, he was responding to the whole thing with, okay. So he's going to answer your question, Chegwi. Go ahead.
Trump.
On Trump.
The reason they haven't gotten Trump, they've been trying for 2 years. 2 years to impeach him. And the reason they haven't shot him is because he hired his own security force. He not only has the Secret Service, but he has his own security. So that guy's like super protected. Now, can they get to him,
yes.
and will they get to him? Well, they might. That's a risk that he's running. I mean, look, they shot Reagan. Why did they shoot Reagan? Now, they didn't kill Reagan, but what's his name? Help me with his name. That guy shot him. So it's easy to get to a president. It's very easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to get to anybody. I mean, if you have a rap star and you want to kill him, you can do it. And that's a shame, okay, that we have a country that's like that.
There's rumors they touched
but, I think the reason they haven't gotten to Trump is that he has so much security around him that it just hasn't happened. And I hope that it doesn't. I don't want to kill anybody. You know, if you don't like Trump, vote him out of office. Okay? The beautiful thing about our country, you're only stuck with any one of these guys for either 4 to 8 years. If you don't like it, get rid of them. Vote them out. And we saw at the midterm elections that there were Republicans voted out and Democrats voted in.
Spider-Man!
Some of the Democrats that got in, I don't particularly care for. I don't know if you're following this lady, Alexandra Cortez. I mean, she's funny. She's really funny because she's talking about the Green New Deal like she's really going to change the world, and then at the same time she says the world's going to end in 12 years. I mean, lady, which is it? Are we getting free public education, free health care, free housing, free jobs, but the world's ending in 12 years? Why don't we just go, let's let's dig up Prince and let's party like it's 1999. I mean, if it's going to end in 12 years, let's just end it. So I don't know what she's talking about. That lady is very entertaining. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't follow a lot of that stuff. That stuff tends to give me anxiety, man. Listen, you see, it's just too much fucking, yo, blessing and big up and your own self, man. Bless up. Spider-Man, family, man. Oakland, California, in the building. Yo, there's just so much. There's too much. And there's too much cheese going around. Too much gossiping and bullshit. Listen, he said, she said, this person's trying to do that. We're all dying. They're putting plastic in our food. There's all this conspiracy stuff. It's like, what the fuck? Why? They're contaminating our food. Why? I don't get that. Why would you contaminate our fucking food? You got something?
No, well, if you look at it, the reason they put poison in your food is so that you'll be sick, so that you'll buy pharmaceuticals, so that you'll go to the hospitals. It's all about the money. When you look at everything and consider that some corporation is always trying to get the money, then it makes sense.
Death is
totally
big
makes
business.
Sense.
Death is
now,
big business.
So it's racism. Racism is a business.
Martin Luther King taught us
war is business.
You have tremendous political power if you'll just go and get involved and speak out and vote and march and stand up.
Right. We have a nice response from Dominican Republic again. Doug, you still with us?
I'm with you.
Okay, so he's talking about all this. What's all this talk about the deportation of all the Mexicans? And I tend to agree. See, people don't understand. I'm explaining something to you people. There's a country called Guatemala, Peru, Venezuela, places in South America and stuff. These are the people that are in the fields picking your yams, your cabbage, your carrots, your peas, your strawberries, all the fruit and all your products. The shit that Americans... I hope you're enjoying all your grocery stores when you get to walk down the aisle and you get to pick the fattest, plumpest strawberries and tomatoes and avocados to make for your healthy organic salads and stuff that you eat to keep yourselves healthy and in shape. Well, somebody's picking that shit for you. Somebody's planting the seeds. Somebody is digging up the earth and everything out in the hot fucking sun so that you could have that healthy organic goddamn salad that you want to keep your ass in a size 6.
Delicious.
You understand what I'm talking about? And now you got a president that's out here talking about he's going to deport all these people because they're criminals and they're this and that and they're thugs and they're this and that. Well, who built the Trump and who put the gold toilets in your damn bathrooms? They did. So who's going to do the job for these people when they kick all these people out? I'd like to see how our infrastructure stands still when these people are all gone. I want to see how our economy stands still when these people are all gone. Daryl, Mr. D, shout out. Thank you for joining the Everybody Eats Happy Hour Gossip and now Debate Hour. We're in kind of in a bit of a debate on the American way of life. Is this country great? Yes. Does this country have its faults? Yes. Is this country sometimes a piece of shit? Yes. But overall, is it South Africa? And that's what Doug is talking about here. With all the shit that's going on in South Africa, I mean, we have reason to be pretty thankful.
Welcome, comic book villain. Welcome, comic book villain.
Comic book villain, what's up? Hey. Let me fan you right now. I've just fanned you. Kayla.
You a singer-songwriter. Okay.
Uh-oh, hey.
Okay.
Sing me a song, girl. All right, so we're in the Everybody Eats Happy Hour, Gossip Hour, now Debate Hour. And it's everything. We do everything here. We talk about everything right here. Life shit. We talk about relationship shit. People cheating. People, if you have the right to break up with your loved one, kick them to the curb and then be mad if they hooked up with somebody else. We talked about what? Controlling, red flags in a relationship. When do you respond to red flags? Why do people still deal with people when they're red flags and they're warned? You know, we talked about, I said controlling, right?
Yep.
Okay. Exactly. Man, we talked about people that are abusive in relationships and whatnot. I mean, we really talked about a lot of stuff. Keyshawn Wilson, what's up? Right now we're joined again here with my man Jersey Allen, Jersey. And my man Doug Kirk out in Canyon Lake, Texas, doing the thing. Brian the Champ Vera, that's my boy right there. You gonna always be the champ for me. I want to see you go out of boxing with a belt. Give me that. Don't you talk about retiring yet. You still got a few good fights and you left, man. I want to see you. You need to retire with a belt, bro. There's a lot of fights you've been ripped off of that you should have won. And I'm not saying it because you're my boy personally. I'm just saying it because I'm a boxing fan. I'm a former boxer myself. You know that about me. And I hate the politics in boxing. That's Brian Vera, yo. Austin's own champion boxer right there. We also have the other boxer that... did you beat him? Did you beat him or did he beat you? What's his name? The black boxer is out. He trains with the female trainer who's also a wicked boxer herself. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about? The black boxer that's out in Austin, Texas.
Oh, damn. His name's right on the tip of my tongue.
You know what I'm talking about?
Someone spoke to you. They want to know what's your IG, your Instagram. Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at HTSTees. That's HTSTEES74. Follow me on there, man. And y'all, check out my website, man, and my store, my online store, HonestThinkingShirts.com. You'll see this logo right here. That's when you know in the right place. HonestThinkingShirts.com. Check me out, man. You might find something that you like. I built the store and the site based on a bad time that I went through with my anxiety and so on and so forth, being a fellow veteran and all the things I've been through in life. I helped by putting my feelings on shirts. I found that they were more accepted in this country, and also helped to let people know that the people that are going through depression, anxiety, PTSD and stuff, you're not alone. And we're supposed to talk about that this week. We will get there. But we're talking about more the light stuff. And I'm kind of letting this thing happen on its own organically. I'm not really been planning this week. Things have just kind of organically happened. And I love that. So shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Again, I'm joined here with my man Doug Kirk and Jersey Allen. We're in the building. We're taking comments and questions. Uh-oh.
Nah.
Comic book villain captured a moment of me, huh? Appreciate that, comic book villain. What's your favorite comic book villain, speaking of which, and what's your favorite comic book hero? And you're feel free to name 3 of each. I'm a Wolverine dude myself.
Same.
Wolverine's gonna always be my guy, man. If they could just fix the part of his neck that they could snap, and then he'll be completely indestructible. I hate that the Catwoman.
Catwoman.
She's sexy. Which one? Which Catwoman? 1990s Catwoman, the Halle Berry Catwoman, or the 1960s Eartha Kitt, or the white woman that took Eartha Kitt's place?
Berry.
The Halle Berry Catwoman.
I'll take Halle Berry for 100.
Or the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman.
I'll take Halle Berry for 100.
90s, okay. So who else? Talk to us. We're off the tangent for a second, Doug. We're interacting with our
Well, I'm gonna have to vote. I didn't read comics a lot, but my vote for a comic book hero is Dick Tracy. And the reason I like Dick Tracy is because he had a 2-way wrist TV.
In which we have today.
Yeah. Dick Tracy was
today we call them Facebook and
smart watches.
FaceTime on cell phones.
And smart watches.
Yo, Chegway, who are you talking about that's an artist you known for 16 years? Shout him out. Shout him out. We're going to shout him out. We're going to plug him right here. That's what we do. Okay, so comic book villain, you get three of each. So you've named Catwoman. Is that your villain? Okay, so you get 2 more villains, and then you got to name 3 of your comic book heroes. Doug has stated that Dick Tracy is his comic book hero. Who is your comic book villain, Doug Kirk?
I don't know. Like I say, I didn't read a lot of comic books, so I really couldn't even tell you who Dick Tracy's villain was. I don't know.
It was some dude with a big head, and he was red. I can't remember.
There was a bunch of them.
But the main one was this dude with this huge head.
The big head one, the guy it was.
She said, "I hate villains.
Like
I hate heroes. I love all the villains."
Okay, so then give me 6 villains. Then go. You gave him 1, Catwoman. Now give me 5 more. Go. You're on. LA, what's good? You supposed to have been hollering at me about revamping your logo design for your barbecue sauce.
She loves all the villains.
You love all the villains. You can't love all the villains. You can't love Pizza Face, or what's the one with the zits? I think that's a Dick Tracy guy. Pizza Face. Yeah,
that's a
Pizza
Dick
Face.
Tracy.
Yeah, that's a Dick
That's a
Tracy.
Dick Tracy dude.
You like Pizza Face? Rachel Noel, what's good, girl? Hey, I talked to my man JT. We got to do he wants to do a magazine spread because he knew me back when I was modeling. So I'm gonna shave all my stuff, get all sexy, and I want you to be the female in it with me. Tell me you're down for that. I believe it's a paid gig. Tell me you're gonna work with me, man. Tell me you're gonna work with me. Chegway, who are your heroes and villains in the comic book world? Mine is Wolverine. That's my hero. My other hero was I don't know. Who was my other comic book hero? I like Iron Man. He's all right. Black Panther. The Black Panther. Oh, you got me, Rachel? Girl, I'm blushing. See, that's not... My skin didn't get darker. It just got red. You just can't see it on the... That's my girl. I appreciate that, man. Holler at me, man. Yo, for sure. I just got off the phone with him the other day. Yeah, so definitely hit me up at a later time, and we'll talk about that. I'd like to also interview you on here so people can understand your journey in the modeling world and everything. Rachel Noel, just so y'all know, was a model that I got the privilege of shooting. By the way, Doug Kirk, you were there when we met at the mansion party all those years ago. What was it, 2016? The pool party?
Yeah, it was. It seems like that's forever ago, but that's when it was.
Yes, sir. And we had, and I still have, my people are still liking your picture, the one when I had you laid up by the pool with the blue water and you was kind of doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So she's a hottie little thing, man, doing her little modeling thing. Single mother, doing her thug thizzle. Love her to death, man. Very respectful person. Been through a lot in life. She knows what I'm talking about. Her and I have really talked and gotten deep about some personal stuff. One time I think we was at a Walmart, and we just talked for hours. Like we ain't have shit else to do. So that's Rachel Noel. Shout outs to her. Comic book villain, don't leave. Please don't go away from me. Oh yeah, watch out, girl. Watch out. I got them vocals. We'll see. She says she'll be back. Doug, so you don't have a comic book villain? Oh, girl,
I can't. I didn't read comic books that much. I don't remember. I really don't.
Who's your comic book villain?
Damn, I can't
The
remember
kind of stuff that I read when I was a kid is the paranormal and UFO stuff.
What are you talking about? That's the stuff that you write today. You write books on that shit today.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's where the influence came from.
Yeah. Okay.
And I remember I read a book called Peter Hurkis, and it was about a guy that fell on his head. You know, he slipped and fell on his head, and when he woke up, he was psychic. He could read minds and stuff, and I thought, wow. And I don't know if that was a hoax or if it was real, but I thought it was real.
Wouldn't that have been nice? You have a headache for like a day, and the next thing you know, you could read minds. You could do all kinds of stuff.
Welcome to the show, Spellbound.
Spellbound! Welcome back. Welcome to the Everybody Eats Happy Gossip Debate Hour, and now comic book villain. Who's y'all's favorite comic book villain, and who's your favorite comic book hero? We want to know. Comment them right now in the comments.
We went from Africa to the United States to comic.
Yo, Chegwee, you never told me who was the artist that you said that you've known them for 16 years. I want to shout them out. Are they on here? Let's shout them out. Let's give them a little recognition. Who? You said you said this guy is an artist. I know him for almost 16 years. Who? Who are you talking about? Talk to me. Responder, brother. Responder. You heard of what? You need to come to Totes, or is that Texas? Bro, you need to type slower, because I can't understand your comments. By the way, I love all this interaction, y'all, man. You guys are amazing. I love you guys so damn much. I hope that you guys will be live, tuned in tomorrow when we have this big conference. We're having a live conference where you're able to actually call in. And we're gonna post that stuff. I posted it in the comments. So if you scroll up in the comments here, the number. So Lord Finesse, if you're still on, feel free to post the number again. It was a 912 number or something, and then it's free to access. There's an access code, and you click in the access code, and then you can conference in, and we can talk to as many people as we fucking want. It doesn't cost anybody anything. So Spider-Man and Hulk, I got you. That's my boy Spider-Man. Of course your hero is Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Shout out to my man Spider-Man, the General, the Colonel, out in Oakland, California, representing the Caribbean. Stop eating all the good shit. You're leaving all the damn nuts and eating all the chocolate. You're just as bad as Sophia ass.
I mean, never got.
Oh damn, my trail mix eating up all the Raisinets and all the damn chocolates, all the M&Ms and shit. Then I leave me with the dried ass. Because I got the raw almonds, I got the raw nuts this time because I didn't want the salted stuff.
You're lying. I'm eating everything that's in the bag.
Damn. You can't call me live right now, Chegwee. My line is tied up right now. I'm on the horn with my buddy and friend and partner and producer and writer and friend and buddy and partner Doug Kirk. Right, Doug Kirk?
You forgot the part about being a troublemaker.
Yeah, Doug Kirk is quite the. You want to get this guy? Yo, I'm telling you, this guy is hated by. Yo, you can't. First of all, let me start my comment by saying this. Don't even think about running this shit, man. Black people can't get a fair break. You cannot run that on him. White people hate this man, if not more, than black people. If not as much, his own kind hate him. But I promise you, these people are gunning for him. They're trying to find anything to slam taxes on him. Fuck with him. This guy's been in most trouble out at a photo shoot. And the government's like, come with us, sir. I haven't done anything. What you, sir, please get in the vehicle.
Welcome, Spaceman Vito.
Spaceman Vito! Welcome to Everybody Gossip and Happy Hour and Debate Hour. And now we've been distracted by who is your top villain, comic book villain, and who is your top comic book hero. So far, we've heard Catwoman, we've heard Hulk and Spider-Man, we've heard Dick Tracy, which is one I haven't heard in a long time. No one said Batman. I'm surprised to hear no one's mentioned Batman.
Dick Tracy. Get my phone.
Hey Mo, I got to tell you this. I don't know if I've ever told you this before or not.
I love you too, Doug. I love you too. It's okay. I love you too.
He's not giving me a chance to come up out of it. Go ahead, Doug.
Okay, Mo, I don't know if I've ever told you this before or not, but I was doing a photo shoot one time.
Yeah?
And I had the model dressed in a wedding dress, and she was laying on the road with blood coming out of her head, of course, fake blood. and I had my van with the headlights on it, and I was shooting pictures of her because it was supposed to be that she had gotten run over by this motorist.
Yeah.
Okay. So an innocent bystander drives by, drives slow, and they see this go on. Now this is being shot at night, right?
Yeah.
So she calls the police.
I knew that was coming.
And we got the 911 tape, and I put that on my YouTube channel where the lady's calling in, and she said, I don't know what's going on, but there was a woman laying in the road, and there were people standing around, and they weren't helping her. so then finally the police arrived, okay, flashing the lights and all that stuff. The guy gets out of his car, adjusts his gun so he can shoot me if he needs to.
Yeah.
He walks up, and he recognizes me, and all he did is he shook his head. He said, "Oh, it's you."
Yeah.
And
Motherfucker.
he walked away.
Yeah, it's not good bedfellow when the cops call you by your first name, bro. I was like, that was me in high school.
Do you have that on video?
You know he does. You know he does. I'm sure he does. He probably had a GoPro going somewhere.
Somebody had the video, and I would love to see that. Go with you.
You just heard, if you have that footage, you have over 1 million viewers right now if you have that footage. People will watch that.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is 1,070,000, I think. So it's pushing up there.
You have 1,070,000 followers or viewers? Or views?
Views. So, and if anybody wants to go check it out, I've got some stupid stuff there. I've got some good stuff there. It's Monkey Doodle Cartel.
Monkey Doodle Cartel.
On YouTube, and if you want to see that particular video, it's called Hot for Truth. There's 3 parts, and that police thing is at the very end of part number 3.
Nice.
We have to include it. And when you go there, check out. We did a short film last summer called "Call Me When You Wake Up," and it's about a missionary who was trying to feed people in Africa, and she gets depressed because the food is not getting to the children that need it. The food is grabbed by the and that thing was starring a girl named Michelle Masker at San Antonio. And she was really, really good. I thought she was brilliant. I think she has a great career ahead of her. And then there, Mo, when we shot we did our read-through for the Creep Tale series. That's when we found some of the people, and hopefully we're going to get back to shooting those short films using some actors from Austin, San Antonio, wherever. The reason I haven't been working on that is because I'm fighting the government. They're after me, and I got to get them off my back. I'm doing something for kids.
Well, okay, so I'm surprised that you brought up that story because I was kind of leaning towards the thing with the bride and the lady calling in. Now, those of y'all that don't know, you got to follow the stories. He's got the Creep Tales saga going, and for those of y'all that don't know, he's written a story that is kind of related to that with the curse, right? With the lady that the bride that was run over. They got into a car wreck, and the bride got killed, and she buried her husband in the ground. He was still alive. He wasn't fully dead, and he was killing the chicken and killing the snakes and all that. That story. I thought you were talking about. Yeah, it was kind of like a pet cemetery type thing, but it wasn't really. It was kind of like a curse that a Mexican guy derived that reanimated the dead. And so I thought that was the story you were talking about. But yeah, so we shot it out. So shout out to the Creep Tales saga. Check out Doug Kirk. Doug, while we got you on here, why don't you just tell people where they can find you and follow you so that they can check out your stories and so on and so forth. And by the way, he is looking for actors and actresses, actors, I guess the politically correct way to list everyone, actors, for said film. And so some guy's antsy in his seat. Jersey Allen would be interested in being a character actor in one of your films. So
yeah, I'll be
there
a voiceover.
Meanwhile, back in South Africa.
To answer your question, the best way to check out what I'm doing, I'll give a couple different links. The YouTube channel is Monkey Doodle Cartel. Monkey Doodle Cartel. And if you want to check out the books that I wrote, which I'm now writing number 11, I'm in book number 11, you can find that story at lookformeiwillfindyou.com.
Yes, sir.
Lookformeiwillfindyou.com.
That's easy.
And I've got 8 books up there now. The best way to get started on that is read the backstory, because this is some freaky, real stuff. I mean, it's partly fiction, it's partly real. And,
It's a female.
that's a whole other thing to talk about, but it started out in this cemetery, and it's just really creepy and real and strange. So that's lookformeiwillfindyou.com. Of course, I'm on Facebook, Douglas Kirk. I don't do a lot on Facebook, or haven't lately, because I'm fighting the government. I've got this lawsuit going where they're trying to double my taxes.
Okay, Chegwee.
And, that's just been a really crazy adventure, and I've had to do a lot of work on that. So I haven't been active on Facebook, but eventually I'll get back to it. But you can go to Facebook and scroll through the history there. Mo, as you know, the thing I like most is making movies, writing stories, and shooting pictures. That's the main thing. And, I forgot to mention this. If you want to see the posters that Mo helped me shoot, you can find those on, get ready for this, modelrocketparachutes.com. Modelrocketparachutes.com. You say, well, that's a weird thing.
That's a long
That's because I sell model rocket parachutes. That's one way I make a living. And then on that side, I've got 17 posters that we did in the year 2016, right, Mo?
Yes, sir.
And Mo knows all about that. He was there with me shooting most of those.
That's how we came to be part of the Douglas Kirk experience.
So, you can check those out, see what you think of those.
So that's Doug Kirk, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a very interesting hour talking to Doug Kirk about South Africa, racism in this country, bigotry, assassinations. The shorter question is there anything we haven't touched on? We even touched on what's your favorite comic book hero and your favorite comic book villain? And people kind of fell off. I've gotten the Hulk, Spider-Man, I've gotten Magneto, I've gotten, somebody's whispering Black Panther in my ear back here, somewhere in this area here. And we know why he's saying Black Panther for obvious reasons, not racially biased or anything. No. And then we had Catwoman and Dick Tracy. I said Wolverine.
Pizza Face as a villain.
Somebody said Pizza Face as a villain. There's a lot of interesting.
Well, Pizza Face was part of Dick Tracy.
I would say Silver Samurai, but he got on my nerves, man. That motherfucker would never die. Like, he was against Wolverine. And how many times Wolverine had to kill that motherfucker? Snowball! What's goody? With the little cute rabbit with the butt. Thank you all for joining us on the Everybody Eats Happy Hour, Gossip Hour, Debate Hour, Everything Hour. I'm not hearing much from my people anymore. What is going on, bro? We were talking about relationships. I got the question. We got to ask the question again, man. So, going back to what we talked about before. If somebody breaks up with you, if your partner breaks up with you, because we never got closure on that, do they have the right to check you if you started talking to somebody or hooked up with somebody else while y'all was broken up? And do they have the right to get mad about that? My answer is no.
Hell no.
You break up with somebody, you forfeit. It's a wrap.
Forfeit the coochie. Hell no.
You forfeit. You're done. It's a wrap. You don't get to tell me who the fuck I can talk to, whatever. If you're taking a break, you might want to lead with that. Listen, let's take a break. Now, if we're taking a break and I go hook up with somebody, well then, I've had a lot of questions of what type of I've been all along. And you don't need to be with me no way.
If you need to take a break, you don't need to be in that relationship at all. If the relationship is worth fighting for, no break is going to fix it.
Maybe. That can be debated. That's debatable. But I hear it. I got it. I see where he's going with it. So what are your thoughts on that? Huh? He believes in sticking it through the long haul. If you're in it, you're all the way in it. And this, what you taking a break for? This ain't a basketball game. You don't get halftime.
Because if you get married, you can't take a break from a marriage.
It's called separation. We're separated. Oh. And I noticed that a lot of wives that are separated always end up at the club trying to holler at me. Well, me and my husband are separated. So what does that mean? You got a pass to fuck me?
Black.
And I be mad at them, but but after I'm done fucking, I'm like, well, should I have fucked them?
You're gonna get yourself in trouble, man.
No, I fucks. Because I'm single. I don't have no responsibility. That's your problem. That's not mine. Since when is your marriage my problem? I won't mess with you if you're married, but if you're single, if you're telling me you're single and you're separated and you're practically divorced.
You're gonna get yourself in trouble, man.
Well, whatever. No, I'm not gonna get myself in trouble. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Don't listen to this voice, Mike. Mike, he's lying to you, microphone. Don't listen to that shit. You're single and you're hollering. It's all good. It's all game on. But if you're not single and you're actually married,
you're gonna get yourself in trouble, man.
Listen, I want the answers, man. Where y'all at? Where's our girl, comic book villain? Comic villain, where you at?
She was come back yet.
She was so cute too. I like cute girls.
You're gonna get yourself in trouble, man. I'm leaving that alone.
I like cute girls on my podcast. It makes me look good when all these beautiful women. Who all these beautiful women on your podcast? Watch out, don't trip. You hating? Are you hating that I have beautiful women on the podcast? Spider-Man, where you at, bro?
Oh, so I missed an hour of the interesting conversation. I apologize. I had to make sure my vehicle was all right.
Check, were you back? What you doing? So yeah, man. So all the other thing we were talking about was Veg Mex was on here. I don't know if she's still on here. Veg Mex, are you still with us? Spicy Jocelyn, you still with us? Uh-oh. I gotta take this call. Hold on a second, y'all. Y'all can't hear this. Y'all can't hear this. I'm in trouble. Somebody done see my podcast.
Seeing what she was.
I'm in trouble. He needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
Now watch this, y'all. Hold up. What's going on? Yes, honey. Yes, dear.
I heard what you said.
Hold on.
Put Doug on hold.
Doug, you still there? Okay, so she's trying to call through. Hold on, Doug. Hold on.
Just want to tell y'all he's in trouble right now because I'm sure she's at work watching the podcast, heard what he said, and that's his ass.
You're right.
It's all up in the air, baby oil and everything.
Yes, honey. Yes, love. Yes, baby.
He practicing right now before she answers.
Hello? You calling me in the middle of my podcast, man. You ruining my game. I got all these beautiful women on here. You hating? No, I'm kidding. I was on the line with Doug, so I had to put him on hold. What's up? Yeah, they came. Yes, they came. My son, the guy met me outside. It was 2 bags. It was a white bag and a box of stuff. I didn't know what was what. I just told Mook to put it on the bed. Okay. It's there. You back? Okay, good. Bye. Doug Kirk, you still with us? Okay, that was Miss Navarro. And she's letting me know about some packages that was coming in.
You say hi, you go back to play your game.
Okay, so I'm not technically married, but I'm faithful, and I've been in this situation for 12 years. Literally.
You're married.
So, according to Texas, I'm married, and I got to pay like alimony and shit.
Law. Dirty draws, common law.
It's funny how the state can tell you whether you're married or not. You know that's a money. You know that's a money ploy.
Say hello to everybody.
They control every damn thing.
Yeah. You got that right. It's all about the cash.
It's all about money. You break up with your 15-year girlfriend and you got to pay alimony and shit. That's fucked up. She was my girlfriend. We didn't even exchange vows. That's fucked up. Hey, we got AJ. Hey, AJ! Look, camera 1. Look at camera 1. Say hi, camera 1. Say hi, camera 2. Hi, camera 2. No, you can't put your finger in your mouth. That's gross.
Big boy.
Hi, camera 2.
You say hi, you can go back and play your game.
Hi.
This is
Nah, man, you gotta say the big boy words. You can't be hi.
This is Jersey Allen Jr., born in New Jersey.
You not even
right.
You not gonna get on that. You not gonna get on my Xbox if you mumbling stuff. Let's get the words. Talk to camera 2.
Say hello, everybody.
Hi, camera 2. No. You're not gonna play no Minecraft here.
Get out of here. Go ahead inside.
Wait, hold on, that ain't right. You gonna say big boy words. Hi, camera 2.
Say hi, camera 2.
There we go. Hi, camera 2. Little AJ, big AJ, little AJ.
Get on out of here.
Capital A, lowercase a. But that man, let me tell y'all something, bro. And we're gonna go a little deep and a little sad on this, but I'm not gonna go that deep. You don't have no idea. If you know this man like I know this man, we fuck around, we laugh, but you don't understand the tears we fight back, bro. This man has gone through, you don't know what this man has gone through in 48 years he's been alive on this earth to make that little boy. I'm going to tell you right now, God is good, bro. God has taken a lot from this man. His mother, his brother, his aunts, all his favorite people.
My children, too.
Couple of his children. This one almost didn't make it. And God said, you know what, bro? My son, you've been through enough. And gave him his little boy.
Yep.
He's almost 50 years old, but he got his little man. So the job is done. He got his job. That's his lineage. That's his legacy. So y'all shout out my man Jersey Allen for that, bro. He, you know, we fuck around, we laugh and joke, but you don't understand the shit we holding inside, and that's why I do. Yeah, shout out, hey, yo, God is great. Check, we said.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? Emily T, what's good? Comic book villain, where you at, baby? So, I just fanned you, Emily T. Hi. So, yeah, man. So, look, we're going to get back to the gossip stuff. We talked with Doug Kirk about everything he's got going on. He's plugged in all the stuff. Check him out at Monkey Doodle Cartel on YouTube. Check him out. Listen, Emily T. I'm single if you because I'm not finna be put out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's a picture of her and she's like, damn, she's that fine. I'm like, yeah, I'm single.
About to get in trouble.
You became a fan. I appreciate that, Emily T. Hold on, let me get my muscles off so Emily T could see the merchandise. What's up, girl? Now, anyway, look. Follow Doug Kirk on Monkey Doodle Cartel, which is his YouTube page, his YouTube channel. You can also follow him on Look For Me, I Will Find You. And also, the other one is the Model Rockets. What?
ModelRocketsParachutes.com.
ModelRocketsParachutes.com. Okay? And is that Look For Me, I Will Find You.com or just Look For Me, I Will Find You? Go ahead.
Yes, Look For Me, I Will Find You.com.
Awesome. Thank you, Emily T. I like you too. I don't know you, but I appreciate the energy and the enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying? And my toilet water's blue. Watch out. So, yeah. We join here with Jersey Allen, Doug Kirk, and everybody on the YouNow and the Facebook and everything, man. All these people that's tuned in. I feel so popular. Don't you feel popular, bro?
No, they're like you.
Oh, so he had a couple girls checking him yesterday. Now one girl, Emily T, think I'm cute. Now he mad.
There was nobody checking me.
Hey, listen, let me tell y'all something. It's okay. It's okay, ladies. Stop being jealous. Other girls can think your man is cute too. Cut that shit the fuck out. It's up to your man. If he gonna do something with that, well, whatever. But if other women think that your man is cute, it is a compliment. I'm almost 50 goddamn years old. I'm 44 years old. You better ask him. I'm about to be 45 in April. So I want birthday presents and birthday gifts. And if people still think I'm cute at my age, you best ask some motherfucking body. I appreciate that. And I'm going to brush my beard, keep it sexy. Listen, it ain't about ego and all that shit. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I like you too. Hey. Diabetics can still look at chocolate chip cookies. They just can't eat them. Chocolate chip cookies still look good.
I like that.
Yeah. Man, look, come on, man. This world takes itself way too serious. Y'all better calm the fuck down, man. Let me tell you something. You better ask somebody. When a man tells my woman she look good and whatnot, all right, keep it moving. You like her? You think she's cute? That's what's up. And then move on. You're very beautiful. Hey, man, take the compliment and move on. Now the dude's slipping phone numbers and shit. Now I got chin check the dude. Man, hold up, man. How your jaw feel right now? You understand what I'm saying? So, Felicia coming for me? Bye, Felicia. No, yo, so, I really appreciate all the love I'm getting on here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sexy. This dude right here?
Who? What?
Yeah.
Me?
No, I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the love, yo, man. So we talking about relationship type stuff, man. Tylo A, what's up? Or Tilo A, welcome back. So I've seen a lot of familiar names of people that are tuning in, that have been tuning in before, man. That's what I love about YouNow. You guys are loyal as a dog to its owner. You guys are real nice, man. I really appreciate the love and everything.
He's not calling you a dog. Just don't think that he's not calling you a dog.
No. It's a compliment.
It's an analogy.
It's an analogy.
Compliment.
So what are we talking about?
You got that?
So Chadwick, what you want to talk about? You keep talking about move on. Move on what? What you want to talk about? Let's talk about everybody. Let's pay attention to Edwin Perez from the Dominican Republic. By the way, shout him out today. Well, is it still before midnight? Today was the Dominican Republic's Independence Day. So happy Independence Day to the Dominican Republic. Salute to my friend Edwin Chegui. I didn't follow it. I look what? What'd you say, Chegui? I don't speak Florida.
He probably said, I think that means young.
Oh, you look young. Oh, okay. But you are young. You ain't but 35, 31. You hella young. What you talking about? Oh, yeah. Okay, I feel you, Check. We move on what I was talking about.
Who you love? You love,
Love you too.
that guy?
Emily T.
He's a nice guy, isn't he? He's a really nice guy.
Where are you from, Emily T? Where are you at? I'm getting all these compliments from you. Love me, you like me, you think I'm cute, you asking if I'm single. Where are you from and what's going on with this? All this love? Oh, you talking about Jersey Island. Oh. Penley. Alexandra. Hey, check, we look who's here, yo. Alexandra Penley. Hey, yo, Penley. Why you ain't tell me that you and Flathead knew each other? I'm just going to leave it like that.
I'm definitely going to go to your websites, man. You got some interesting long names, so I'm definitely going to check those out this week.
Who, Doug Kirk?
Yeah, I'm going to check his...
Bro, this guy you said he's got 170 million people following him. Bro, this dude, he got to be doing something right. What I don't understand is you got all these viewers and you're not rich. Freaking,
You're in Austin? He bust out laughing on them. You're in Austin?
That's a good question. How come I'm...
Yo. So Alex is asking, is that the guy that says Dookie?
Dookie.
No, that's his twin brother. Dexter.
Are you in Austin?
Let me find out. Cállate, mo. Oh, for real? Oh, people, we don't want to talk about certain things. Check we. All right, it's all good.
That's the guy that says
Yeah, I'm the one that be saying that.
That's the guy that says Dookie Booty Jeans.
Booty
2009, y'all. That's a brand, by the way, so it's spoken for. You can't use it.
DBJ. Dookie Booty Jeans.
So somebody tried to steal his idea and they came on Apple Bottom, but it was Dookie Booty way before that.
Yeah. If you got a big old butt, you can put your butt. Remember the commercial I did?
In some Dookie Booty Jeans.
If you got a big old booty, you need to put it in some Dookie Booty Jeans.
What you mean by, Alex? You just got here. Where you going? Always running.
she's still cracking up. Oh, boy.
Who's this? Sit and roar. Sit and roar. Welcome to the Everybody Eats Happy Gossip. Oh, I'm already fanned you. Fan me back, Sit and roar. I appreciate that.
So he's planted here in Austin.
Who's that?
My man on the
No, Doug Kirk can't stand Austin. He's out in Canyon Lake. It's beautiful out there. It's beautiful.
But he's still in
lake.
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You said you can't stand Texas, Doug? I mean, you can't stand Austin?
He just hates traveling to Austin. Doug Kirk, talk to us.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a good-looking woman, and she dresses where you can see her cleavage,
Yes.
and then she gets mad because you look at it. What's up with that?
Okay, so that's what we call mental games, yo. Y'all know y'all women play them shits. Y'all be showing y'all little cookies off, and then when niggas' mouth be drooling for cookies, then you get mad. What the fuck he's staring at? He's staring at your cookies. Stop showing your fucking cookies, and we ain't staring.
Or they're waiting for a certain person that they're trying to get their attention for.
Here's Ardell, what's up?
They want a certain dude or a certain female to look at them. But when the average Joe like me and him look at it, it's like, what the hell are you looking at?
I'm an average Joe.
I'm average. I ain't no, I'm good. I'm alright. I'm average. Blah, blah, blah. Told you.
Okay. Ladari Sidebatter, what's up?
Yeah, and then I got another question.
What up?
Okay, so you got a good-looking girl that's got a nice-looking booty. Would it be wrong to sell advertising on her butt?
If she lets you.
Such as...
Well, you could do McDonald's or you could do whatever because people are going to look at
Okay,
it.
Doug. First of all, we don't bullshit on my radio station. Let's just say you want to put like a stamp or a mark, a logo, one of your brand on her jeans.
Yo, Doug has got an idea. He's trying to run by.
Let's just say it, man. Don't be. Well, we can do McDonald's. Why would I want to promote McDonald's? McDonald's don't give a fuck. And they're already mega business.
Nah, he gonna put his website on her ass because the words is long. And don't look for me. I'll find you.com across her ass. That's what he gonna do.
Okay, that works.
See? That's not a bad idea.
You know that band? I don't know what happened to them, but that band, Fresh Cut Salad. What if they put their patch on people's butts? Wouldn't that be good?
Fresh Cut Salad, the brand that I was able to design their logo for. Yeah, the Danish group, right, or the Swedish group, Switzerland group. They're from somewhere over there.
They were, I think, Dutch, and yeah, you designed that logo. That's right.
Yeah, buddy, a Dutch band. How about that? Asked me to design this, and loved Doug with the whole. They loved his creep tail stuff, but they're the ones that lost the paperwork trying to get into this country. Right? It got blown over the side of their boat, and they lost all their visas and stuff. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and then they had to go home. They went to Brazil for a while, and then I guess they ran out of money. They went back to Holland, and then the last time they posted on their website or on their Facebook is they said they're headed back here, but we haven't heard anything.
They're in jail.
Are they still in contact with you?
No, I haven't heard a word.
Dang, I don't know. Maybe they got in trouble. Maybe they can't even get back in their own country because they don't have no paperwork. How do we know you're from here? That's my mom right there in the office. She works for you.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's crazy.
How do we know they didn't find a better offer in the islands?
True.
That's true. True. We don't know. I got to design their logo though. Hey, so if you see a logo with a guy like a tomato jumping off a knife, then that's me. I did that.
Jumping off a knife or
Jumping away from a knife.
Oh.
Like it's the chef is trying to cut a salad and the tomato's running from the knife, so the knife comes down, and then you see the tomato like jumping like, whoa!
Oh.
I designed that.
I got you.
Okay, so what's going on over here, man? I see a whole conversation going on over here, Chegui. What y'all talking about over here? Like, where are my YouNow people at, man? I need some comments, man. We're talking to the ladies now about why ladies play games like that. Why y'all play games? Why y'all dress up all you know what I'm saying, provocative and stuff, and then when men check y'all out, that was an actual question, ladies. You dress all provocative, you look and feel good, and you're all into yourself, you're feeling yourself, you know what I'm saying, and then men check for you and then you get an attitude. I think that's a game. What's good? What's good with that? Huh? What's going on with that, ladies? Sit and roar. Emily T, where you at? Where my people at? Get with me. Where's Veg Mex? Where's Spicy Jocelyn at? Where y'all at? Where the ladies at? Ladies don't want to talk about that? Well, ask me this question. If you
Mo, they don't want to give away their secrets.
Okay, Chegui, I hear you, Doug. Chegui, I cannot say that on here. I hear you, though. I hear you. Chegui over here being nasty, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, all right, so answer this question, ladies. You break up with your mans, kick him to the curb, and then he hook up with somebody else while y'all broke up. You have the right to check him on that and be mad about that. My answer is no. What is your answer? Huh? What's the answer? No, it's all good, Chegui. You know what I'm saying? You just crazy, bro. You know, Ian, this is interesting stuff. This is, well, yeah, maybe it's true. I think there's some truth to that, Chegui. Yes. I just don't know if men are doing that much these days now, because women are, they're not as clean and as safe as they used to be back in the days. And even back in the days, they wasn't that clean and safe. A lot of women are out there just doing whatever. They angry now. They bitter because a sad truth is a lot of these women be good girls and they get turned out by these useless ass Negroes or these useless ass dudes, whatever. And then they get turned out and then they turn trifling, and then a good dude get with them and then got to pay for the other dude, if you catch what I'm saying. So, what's good? Del Kirk, what is your thought on that?
I'm sorry. The question of whether or not a person has a right to be mad after they break up.
Yes, if your wife broke up with you and said, "Dude, get lost. I just can't deal with you anymore." And then so finally you guys break up. You're single and you meet another little young lady who's interested in you, and you guys kind of hook up and whatever hooking up means. It could mean having sex. It could mean dating. It could mean starting to see each other, hooking up. And then finally your wife was like, listen, I was wrong. I want to work things out. And then blah, blah, blah. So you're like, you still love your wife. So you break it off with the other person and get back with your wife. Does she have the right to be upset with you because you've made a connection with someone else? Go.
I would say no, because if somebody is kicked out of a relationship, they're kicked out of the relationship and they're free to go on.
Yes, sir.
But now, emotionally, obviously a person is going to feel jealous and or hurt and or upset that the other person was able to go out and find somebody quickly. They want you to grieve for about 2 or 3 years. And so that's okay. If you suffer a long time, then it's okay. But if you don't suffer, then yeah, emotionally that upsets them.
And that's a fact. But that doesn't have to be your responsibility. That's too bad. And I'm being cold because it's a cold thing. And I'm not just talking about women. I'm talking about if guys too. Listen, if you break up with me, that's your problem. Once you get rid of me, what you think and feel is no longer my concern. You should have thought about that before you broke up with me. And if you didn't mean what you say, we can't read minds. And I'm only speaking from a man's point of view because, well, there it is. I'm a man. I'm not a woman. But I do understand. You break up with me, it's over. It's a wrap. I'm not going to sit here and play games with you. I want to be loved on too. I want to be loved. You know what I mean? I want somebody to appreciate me.
Okay, so let's turn that a little bit. What happens if you have partners and one of them dies? How long are you supposed to grieve before you can get back to a relationship with somebody else?
Okay, that's way too deep. And personally, I think that depends on how a person handles the grieving process. People grieve differently. Somebody would be so heartbroken, they're at the bar and the club that night after the funeral looking for somebody. Because some people just really can't be alone. They just, it's hard. They go into a deep state of denial. Of course, it's all part of the shock process. So it just depends. It just depends.
Well, yeah, and for certain individuals, that may be part of the grief process.
Yeah.
But then you have all the friends of the family, and say, here's an example. A husband goes off to Iraq, he gets killed. Okay, so the wife is left. Now she's got 2 kids and no husband.
Right.
And her friends may expect her to grieve for a couple of years. But, she's alone. She knows she's alone. She's got to rebuild her life.
She can't live with her friends.
What's wrong with it if she starts to rebuild it right away? Because she knows he's dead. He's not coming back.
She can't live for her friends. She can't live for what they think. And that goes vice versa, men and women. They can't live for what they think. It depends on the person themselves.
I said it. I've already listed that. It depends on how the person handles the grief. First of all, listen, it's not like you're hurting the dead person. The person's dead. It's not like you planned for them to die. There's people that have gone as far as they were so grief-stricken that they ended up sleeping with the guy's brother or cousin or best friend. You don't know. The guy's consoling them, and all of a sudden they need that attachment. They need that connection. And next, this just happened. That happens. You know what I'm saying?
That's where this falls in. They could say, you probably was messing around with them anyway.
But anybody can twist and pervert a thing. That's just being fucked up in the mind. You don't know how a person's going to react to a situation until you're in that situation yourself, and then you're like, oh fuck. That is a difficult situation because we take that thing. That's a thing that we take so for granted. It's one thing to argue with a motherfucker, and be like, "Fuck you, motherfucker," because you know they're not going to drop dead anytime soon, or you hope they're not going to drop dead anytime soon, and you have the ability to come back and talk to them again and interact with them again. But you know what I'm saying? But the thing is if this is the situation where they actually have died, they're not coming back, and you have to live with that for the rest of your life. The kids have to deal with that. You're like, it knocks the wind out of you. Welcome, Katushka, Kariushka P. I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome to the Everybody Eat Gossip and Happy Hour. We're talking about relationship stuff. The question is do you have the right to be upset with somebody if you've broken up with them, and while you were broken up, they connected with someone else? And now we twisted that question with my partner Doug Kirk, who's on the line live, and I'm also joined here live with my man Alan Starlin, aka Jersey Allen. We hey, she says hey. hey, so do you have the right to be upset with that person because they connected, or check them? Doug thinks that women want men to grieve as long as they're grieving for a long time. I agree. I think that it's a thing. They want you to hurt as much as they're hurting, and no, it's not cool to hook up
Ex-wife.
Yeah, with somebody after you. How you? We just broke up. How the hell you was probably out fucking her any damn way, and it may not be true.
Ex-wife. I went through that with the ex-wife, even though I didn't get back with her. She accused me of it anyway.
Yeah. So right. So what are your thoughts on that?
But she had a dude that.
Thank you for being a fan.
Young as hell and kind of resembled me.
Yeah.
But it's okay for you to do that, but not me.
Oh, my ex did that to me too. My ex had about 4 or 5 boyfriends, and she used to complain to me. Now, this is a woman that didn't want me when she had me. So now I'm with somebody else, making somebody else happy. She's calling me for counseling. The woman that called the cops on me.
I went through that.
For all kinds of bullshit. Tried to run me over with her own van because she was just in a jealous rage over nothing. And calling me for counseling. You know, all they want is one thing. I said, because that's all you giving them is your cookies.
Yeah, I went
and they don't want them to... Yeah.
With the ex-wife, she dated a young dude, and the young dude's mother was treating her like trash because she couldn't give the young dude a kid.
Yeah.
So she called me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't need to call me.
What you calling me for?
That's your business.
You're telling me all this shit about how these men is treating you all that. You deserve every bit of the treatment you get because you're a malicious
dude.
You're a malicious, evil person anyway, and evil begets evil. So now you're getting treated like that. Yeah, Chegwe, I see you, bro. Chegwe shouting you out, fam.
Chegwe! Dookie!
Yeah, but no. So do you have the right to be upset if a person's hooking up after you guys have broken up? I think not. How long do you have to wait if your loved one was to pass away before you can start dating again? I strictly believe that's strictly up to you. That has nothing to do with what you think. If you're going to sit there and be single because you want to please that person's family and that, this, and that, listen, if I'm dead, I wouldn't want you to be unhappy, especially if you can find someone else that can make you happy. I want my kids to have that. I want them to have that security. I can't be there. I'm gone.
Well, hopefully they pick somebody that can lead them instead of,
the first dude at the bar.
More turmoil to their life.
The first dude that said, "Hey, shorty, nah, my kids is not. You're not bringing that around my kids. I don't care what you do on your own, but you best not bring that."
If I died tomorrow,
I would be back.
I'd rather a man be in his life that can guide him the way I would, if not even better.
No, fuck that. You seen the movie Avatar? I will be an 8-foot blue-tailed motherfucking monkey coming over here and kick. No?
I would rather a man. If I die tomorrow, I don't want no type of man around that's going to show him how to be a.
You wouldn't come back as an avatar if you could?
Nah, I just come back and just fuck everybody up. But get everybody that fuck with me. Revenge.
Yeah, but it'd be So, I hope that answered your question, Doug.
That one, Doug.
I hope that answered your question, Doug Kirk. So, what's the other question? Go ahead. Vice versa. What if it's the man? How long does the man get to grieve? I think we tend to grieve out of the bottom of a bottle. We find the nearest bottle, and we drink out of it, and then we go try to fuck the first thing. I don't know, something with fucking and consolation seems to go hand in hand in the mind of a man. I don't know what it is. I'm heartbroken, so I go fuck the first thing I see that attracts me. You could talk about that too if you want to.
Yeah, I've
You've
done
been
that.
there. You've been there. I've been there.
I'm not going to sit and act like I'm holding down. Yes, I've done that.
I've been there.
With my marriage, when that kind of broke down, I did that.
Yeah.
I literally met. Funny. Don't laugh at me, motherfuckers. I met a chick at an unemployment office.
Hey, unemployed women need.
I was going down there to get my shit straight because she had cost me my job. I was making close to $70,000 a year because, one, why am I going to work dressed so nice?
Uh-oh. We got a comment from...
Men tend to be physical with their emotions.
That's Katusha P, guys.
One, she cost me a job because she didn't want me to go to work dressed nice or smelling nice. The type of job I had, I worked for a pharmaceutical company at the time. And
okay, just Cat. We'll call you Cat. We got you, Cat.
And yeah, she did that. So I lost that job. I was at unemployment. We weren't together, and I met this chick at the unemployment office. Matter of fact, she met me. I'm walking out. She walked right behind me and grabbed my arm like we at the club. Excuse me. You need a ride somewhere? And she took me all the way home.
Oh, she was kidnapping. She already knew from Rip.
No, she took me where I was staying, and she was like, she wanted to come in, and I was horny as a motherfucker too. I was like, okay,
come in. You get to come in.
Did my thing. She did her thing. She got hers. She left, and everything was good.
And the stick of gum.
This was years ago. This is not me now. This is...
Who gives a fuck it was
years
you now?
Ago. It was about 15, 16, 17
Listen,
years
I'm going to tell you right now, everybody has the right to be happy and be loved.
But I'm not that type of dude now because there's too many diseases out here, man. Even when you got a fucking condom on, they got the condom eater disease out now.
Damn, for real?
It'll burn that motherfucking condom off your dick.
Damn,
like that? So...
Like, it's funny that you say some shit like that.
I
There's
don't
crazy
really
diseases.
fuck
How can a
around with
woman or a man hold a disease like that without it eating away at their private parts? It's amazing that women still have vaginas. If they have a thing that can eat through a condom,
I would jerk my dick before I get a disease. Fuck that.
That's crazy. And yes,
Excuse
I
me,
think
I'm sorry, I just got vulgar.
Men do tend to be, we do tend to be rather physical with our emotions. But I'm gonna say this, Kat.
This is true, Kat.
Kat, I need you to listen, Kat, very closely, because you may like this, you may not like this. Women too. What do I mean when I say that? Because I'm not gay, so who am I fucking? Okay, so when I come at a woman with some shit, and I end up laying with this woman, I'm not alone. I didn't act alone. So I think that women tend to be physical too. Your thoughts, Kat? Let's hear from you. Talk to me, Kat.
Some women become man-eaters.
Talk to me, Kat. Where you at? Where you at, honey? Don't make me dial you up and have you live on here like I got Doug Kirk.
Just like some men become.
Doug Kirk thought I wasn't gonna call him on here live. We do live. Let you think for a second. Take all the time you need, honey.
Let me think for a second.
Take all the time you need, honey.
All right, I just want to interject this, Mo.
Okay, talk to me, Doug Kirk.
I just want to interject this. This show has become a whole lot like a mix between Phil, what's the guy's name, Dr. Phil, and Oprah Winfrey all at the same time.
Yo, first of all, I appreciate that, but you're not gonna diss my man. What's his name? Montel Williams.
Montel Williams.
You ain't gonna diss my man Montel Williams. You can't leave him out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna leave Jerry Springer out.
No, ain't nobody fighting here. Ain't nobody fighting here, so you can leave Jerry Springer way out.
No, that's what I got you for. That's why I ain't fighting nobody. That's what I got you for. In case somebody trying to get wild,
I would do breakdance moves and moonwalk out this damn room.
I mean, niggas at my door. Yo, I ain't expecting company. Alan, go check the door, bro.
I moonwalk right up out this room. 2-piece.
So, Kat, how much?
Don't forget Donahue.
Donahue started fights. You know he started fights.
No, Geraldo Rivera started fights.
Oh yeah. You
Geraldo Rivera got in the fights. Hold on. Oh no, I know you ain't. Did that motherfucker just call me a Jew spit? Oh, Geraldo Rivera used to get in it, boy. I missed that dude, bro. He got his nose broke like 5 times trying to fight.
What you got, Kat?
Yeah, Kat.
Waiting on you.
Kat, where are you at, Kat?
4, 3.
Let me find out. No, wait, Kat, hold on.
There she go. It's true that men and women are both physical with their emotions, but the difference, at least from my experience, men's first reaction is that what, fucking? That's the first reaction is fucking?
Yeah, the physical part.
The physical part?
Okay, so there's some truth to that. And yes, that's what we're asking. We're asking your POV, which is your point of view based on your experience.
Okay, to be physical. Okay.
That's what we're talking about. Sienna K, hey!
Welcome
to
the show where we talk about dookie.
We talk about everything. So, Sienna K, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Miss Kat here. Okay, so we talking about if you break up with your loved one, do you have the right to be upset if they hook up with somebody, right? And the other question was, if you say suddenly your loved one passes away, how long before you have the right to start dating again? My answer is no. You don't have the right to be pissed off at me if you kick me to the curb. Secondly, or check me on who I'm hooking up with because you forfeited. That's my own answer. I want to hear from you. The other answer was it depends. My answer was it depends on the grieving process. Everybody's different on how they grieve. So that's my answer. I think that some men in their grieving process would go to the bottom of a bottle and then find themselves at a bar sloshed as fuck and grab the first thing that's attractive to them and or whatever and end up in some shit.
Okay, so she says, if it depends on the situation, but I don't think they should be mad at you if they broke up with you.
So we're in agreement.
And I believe whenever you're ready, you can move on, I guess.
So we're in full agreement. So that's what I'm saying. It depends on the person, how they grieve.
Kat said, with women, it's more emotional and often stems in insecurities. No. It goes both ways with that. That's a good,
a good response?
Yes, but it goes both. There are some men that do the same exact thing you're saying, Kat.
Explain. You can't just say that back and forth to Kat. We got all these people tuning in.
All right.
Talk to us.
Okay,
elaborate.
So Kat says with women it's more
Nah,
emotional.
she said explain.
With women it's more
Kat.
emotional and often stems insecurities. There are men.
Nah, she said explain. Good one, Kat.
I'm about to say.
Thank you, Kat.
There are men who put their all into a woman.
No, you gotta talk to Kat.
There are men who put their all into a woman to a point where they give up who they are. And then when they're broken, they do exactly what you said. More emotional. And often it stems from insecurities. So when they get with the next woman, they take that baggage with them.
They're jaded, yeah.
There's a lot of that.
It's called being jaded, honey, so yes.
There's a lot of that, Kat.
Chegui, where you at? You still with us, Dominican Republic?
I'm going to get a fresher looking mic. It just makes me look like I'm just... Sorry.
It's a mic. Uh-oh, come on. Now, y'all into this. Now,
we shouldn't separate men and women, though. Just because you're a woman that doesn't give you a right to get jealous because they move on. Exactly. And that's the same thing for that's interesting. I never saw it from that perspective. Thank you, Kat. Thank you very much.
So let me explain. Let me elaborate on that, Miss Kat.
Some men love hard. Some men love hard.
Calm down, Alan. So listen, Miss Kat. So let me explain. No, this isn't a separation of men and women. This is just getting points of view based on your own experience. You are a woman, so we expect you to speak from a woman's point of view. We couldn't ask you any more or any less. And anybody else that's answering from the female perspective, that's what we want. We are encouraging that. We want your female perspective. We're men, and we don't read minds. And we're getting to know y'all as men, getting to understand and know women, and y'all getting to understand and know us. Just as you stated, you never looked at the thing from his perspective. Now he now it's not a sex thing anymore. Or when I say sex, I mean female male thing. You see what I'm saying? It's not a gender thing. Now you have a better understanding from a male's point of view,
just like
through a female's eyes.
Just like I have one from your eyes. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what Everybody Eats is all about. I can only talk about anything from my points of view based on my own experience, and so can my man Jersey Allen. But you could talk about yours. We can't talk about yours, but you can, and that's what we talking about. What you got? Oh yeah, we appreciate you, mama.
Very
For real.
so.
You don't even understand your comments and your responses. All of y'all, Sienna K and everybody, Miss Cat, everybody's tuning in here. All the people, trust me, this is what this show is all about. And y'all should join us tomorrow on the live conference. We're having a live conference where there's going to be a hotline. So tune in tomorrow. I do this 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm out here in Leander, Texas, which is in the greater Austin, Texas area. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Time, and 8 p.m. East Coast Time, okay? Eastern Standard Time. And so I give people plenty of time. I'm supposed to only been on here an hour. I'm on here almost 3 hours. And it's because of people like y'all tuning in, showing me love, listening to the comments. I got my man Doug Kirk on the horn. Shout out, Doug Kirk. What's up, Doug Kirk?
I'm just sitting here. You guys seem to be handling pretty well without me.
No, you're a guest on here. What are you talking about? You're here.
You posed
a
lot of good questions
and made a lot of good points. What are you talking about? Don't you back out? Don't you back out now? Canyon Lake ain't that far, bro. I know where you live, and I know how to deter your dog. I'm carrying a couple steaks with me now, with peanut butter.
Another question. Got
Yes, sir.
another question for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have a couple.
Okay.
One of them cheats on the other. Does the other one have a right to go out and cheat just to get even?
Yes and no. Yeah, hold on. Just yes and no. Yes, because it's a revenge tactic, and it's up to them if they want to do that. No, it doesn't make things better. It just keeps the circle of distrust, distaste, disrespect going. It doesn't fix things. It makes it worse. Yes, because as a, not saying I would do that, but yes, because as a person, if you feel like doing it, fuck it, do it. But you're going to have to pay for it in the end, because there's going to be a lot of distrust. That trust is out the window completely from the first action. Now you go and do it, that makes it even worse.
Alan, you get the stink face. So listen, listen, this is his point of view. I can't knock it. Here's my thought process. So that's his thought process. Are you done with your thought process?
I'm done.
Okay, so that's his thought process. My thought process on that, to answer Doug Kirk's question. Evil begets evil. What does that mean? All it means is there's just more fucking evil. My thing is I've been cheated on, bro. I've had my heart ripped out, man. That hurts, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't no punk, man. Listen, that shit hurts, bro. If you cheat on me, man, good riddance. Talk to the hand. What's up? Good to see you. Welcome to the Everybody. You know who this is. The Everybody Eats Happy Hour, Gossip Hour, everything else hour. You cheat on me, man. Listen. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye. I've been in relationships where I've seen girls that were my entire type. I'm talking about from physical to emotional to... And I was like, what in the hell am I doing with the woman I'm with? This is the woman I belong with, that understood me at a molecular level. And I would never cheat to be with that person. You know what I'm saying? I have passed that up. And a lot of people told me that some of these women were my soulmates, and I let it go for something that I don't get along with. That's troubling for me. You get a person that mistreats you, that takes you for granted, that nothing you ever do or say is never good enough, always arguing with you, emasculates you every chance they get. And here's a person that you have made an instant connection with that gets you on a molecular level. And I still don't cheat. I don't break up. I don't find an excuse to get out and be with that person. Even though sometimes I feel that inner screaming, go be with them. If I start a thing with somebody, I finish that thing. If you cheat on me, then I'm gone. I'm not gonna run back and cheat on you. Fuck all that. I had a girl that tried that. A friend of mine, she tried that. Her guy cheated on her. She went out to get revenge and caught herpes. Fuck all that. I'm good. That's it. I'm through.
Like I said, I'm not that type, but there are people that will say,
good.
I have a right to do it. No,
I'm a big
but it's like this. If you have a right to do it, you don't need to be with the person in the first place.
That's it. That's your answer. Your question is answered right there. You got your answers.
Some people want the person to feel what they felt, so they go out and do it.
Fuck all that. You got your answers. I got my answers, man. Goodbye.
Yeah, but there's some people that will love the person regardless.
Oh, I'm not arguing what you're saying, but I'm not. Everything you saying make 100% sense. Yeah, I'm not denying what you saying.
Yeah, because there are women and men that will, and they will let them know. I slept with this one since you did it to me.
I'm gonna get back at you.
I want you to feel what I felt.
But you know what?
Well, you ain't leaving me.
But yes, it's that. And to expand on what Alan has even said, there's people that will break up with you and they'll go run on and fuck a whole bunch of people thinking they're getting back at you. That kind of mentality. You can talk about that. Yeah, I'm going to hurt her. I'm going to hurt her by being with a whole bunch of bitches just to let her know I could have had all these bitches.
That's just dumb right there. I can't even condone that shit.
Yeah. Kat, see, you with me on this, huh? Kat, you're my favorite, yo. You're my favorite. I love you, Kat. Sienna K. Where you at, honey? Sienna, we lost you, girl. Where you at? You with us? You still here, Sienna?
Talk to the hand. Talk to my hand. What you got? You got anything on this?
Talk to my hand if you... Okay, what's that emoji?
Cell phone. Call me.
Is that this? Oh, call you on the cell phone, Cat? Is that what that means? Listen, man, I don't speak emoji. I'm trying to learn it, though. I've been studying. I've been in school for about 6 months.
Emoji school.
I'm going to go to school.
Emoji school.
Because everything, but you say emojis and you speak a whole different
language. Like I said, if you got to cheat back, you don't need to be with them. But like I said, there are people that will cheat back and show them, let them know I'm going out to do this, but you ain't leaving me.
I understand the mentality.
I want you to feel what I felt.
I understand the mentality. You cheated on me, motherfucker. I could do this. We could both do this. Doug, see, you done started some stuff, bro. You over there starting. See, you are a troublemaker, Doug. Come
on, Doug. I think some more. I know you got some more, Doug. Come on. I know you got some more.
Come on with it, Doug Kirk.
All right, let me ask you this now. Okay, so you cheat, or your partner cheats, so then you cheat. But then what about the person you're cheating with? Are you doing a disservice to whoever that person is with on a regular basis? Are you just making it worse, a chain of cheaters?
The answer is yes. The answer is yes to all of it. Yes. Because you remember, you've involved other lives now. Other lives are involved in your mess, in your revenge ploy. You're fucking with the person you're getting vengeance on. You're fucking with yourself. You're fucking with the person that you messed with and their lives. And same thing with your other partner. Yes, the answer is yes. You're fucking with people.
Because one of the things you can do is you can get them wrapped around your finger and go back to the person that you're with that cheated on you in the beginning. Mm-hmm. You used them as a revenge tactic, and now they're in love with you.
Yeah.
Then what you gonna do?
Because if you went over there and you put it down on them real good, like Alice talked about, you put it down on them.
They in love.
They're in love. They're not going nowhere. The women, especially if you put it down on a woman, man, they'll find every reason to forgive you. Hey, he's stupid. He just going through with his ex. I'm back at home. I'm moved back into my ex. I'm back home. He just going through some shit.
There's guys like that too. I know one.
Well, of course, there's guys like that too.
I ain't talking about me though.
You ain't talking about you?
No, I ain't talking about me.
Are you talking about you?
No, I ain't talking about
Cat and them want to know. You got to tell. That's what you talking about.
I'm not gonna say his name on here, man.
Okay,
I
can't talk to this. See, why you gonna bring up my? Now I gotta come out and say what we talked about. No, I'm kidding. It ain't me.
Put the name out there.
It ain't me. Oh,
yeah,
people.
Yeah,
man, nah, don't do that. You know who you are though. If you're watching this, bro, you already. And I know you probably watching it on Facebook. You know who you are, bro.
Yeah, I can't put the names out.
Yeah,
and there's more than one.
Nah, but you know what we have a particular though.
Yes.
You nigga, you.
Yes.
You. Am I? What's his name? What's the actor name?
You.
What's the nigga name?
I can't.
De Niro, Robert De Niro. You die. Oh, you. No, you die. You. Yeah. All right. So, Kat, where you at, honey? What's good?
So doesn't it sound like it's just better that if one person decides they need to cheat, that you ought to just end the relationship and then just go on, and that way you're not breaking hearts?
Well,
why not? Because the breakup is going to break hearts anyway, so hearts are going to get broke anyway.
Well, I say this: if one person cheats and you guys decide to work it out, you don't have the other person doesn't have to go and cheat. If you decide to work it out, that's different. But if you decide to end it, just end the shit. Don't go do a revenge tactic and then come back. Just end it. But sometimes people look at, you know what, maybe I wasn't doing something, which is kind of stupid too. Maybe I wasn't doing something that he or she liked. Maybe I wasn't giving him or her the attention that I used to give him, so they found it somewhere else. Let me fix that.
That's true. But here's the thing. I think herein lies the problem, Doug Kirk. You with me? The problem is when one party cheats on the other party, people nurse what we call a grudge. You know that word very well, Doug. You know the word. Yes?
Yeah.
People nurse a grudge. And in that grudge, people believe, motherfucker, you owe me one. That is the mentality why if somebody cheats, the other person feels that they need to cheat back.
That's deep. That's kind of deep.
No, but that's the thought process.
And also,
I forgive you, but in the back of my mind, nigga, you owe me one.
And then also, if the woman or man is like, you know what, I don't need to do that.
Spiteful vengeance is not the answer. Kat, where you been, man?
She was listening.
Oh, you was listening, Kat?
Kat was listening.
Hey. We're going to call you in on one of these shows, Kat. You down for that? Or what you should do, you should tune in tomorrow and go in on the conference call, and then we can hear everybody, because we're going to be able to listen to everybody at once, and everybody be able to chime in and talk, so we don't have to read. Okay, so how y'all on the same page? Y'all know each other? That's your cousin, man. Kat, come on. What's your real name, Kat? Y'all related. Y'all ain't anybody thinking alike like this. This just met each other 5 minutes ago.
She want to make sure she heard us correctly so she can give a good response. Not some old dish.
I hope that we're healing relationships, though. I hope that we're building and healing relationships. I hope that people are learning from this from a man and woman's point of view. Okay, so Kat is your real name. Okay. What
you got, Doug?
But I'm hoping that we're healing relationships. I hope y'all are learning from this, and then because if you look at things from different perspectives, you realize how small the stupid things are between you and your other guy, your other person, and then you're like, damn, we was fighting and arguing over that. That ain't even. Damn, that was stupid. Come here. And then the best makeup sex. Oh, makeup sex. Let's talk about makeup sex. Doug, go.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Doug, what
about
you
that.
mean you don't know anything about makeup sex? You've been on this earth
You
damn
put on-
near a century.
I'll tell you what makeup sex is. You put on makeup and you have sex. Did I say that?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, he's working on that. He's working on it. Don't judge. He's
You
working
put
on
on
it.
makeup
Support.
and then you have sex.
Support, y'all. Just support. Just support him. Don't judge.
You're
Don't.
now listening to the late night.
Uh-oh.
I appreciate this feed because it's interesting and thoughtful and with responses. Very true.
Okay,
Very true.
Cat. So I'm gonna ask you this. You tuned into us. You didn't know us. What is it about us that you really like? Tell us honestly right here, so people can understand from your perspective, a female, a very intellectual and intelligent female. Your thoughts. What is it you like about us on our show? Go ahead. Just go. And we're giving her time to respond, y'all. Just by the way, obviously she has to type. He doing a countdown. Cat, don't mind.
0.
Told you. She's really hit 0.
Damn, y'all are on key.
It's a
the stars are-
conversation.
It is a conversation.
Dialogue.
Yes.
3.
Hey, Mo, have you ever noticed
Not
that when
shaming.
Cat
There you
is
go. Not shaming.
Right. What'd you say,
Not
Doug
shaming.
Kirk?
Have you ever noticed that when Cat is writing, I'm not speaking?
You're reading?
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. How's that?
Maybe I'm Cat. Maybe I created a false identity there, and I'm Cat.
Well, you're really cute then.
Now I gotta wash my body off with soap, man. I
you're
done
very
thought
cute,
if you're a cat, I gotta wash my mind out
You're a
with
good
soap.
looking cat there.
And I gotta wash. If you're a cat, I gotta wash my mind out with soap because I done thought some things about
You're really
your alter ego.
You're a cute cat.
Oh no, we gay.
I wanna see those biceps again, Mo.
Oh man, you better cut it out, man.
Yeah.
You questioning my integrity as a man. I need my man who is all I got left. Cat,
You really have been working out.
Shoot, I'm back to 207. I'm trying to get back up to about 210, 215. Listen. Hi, Deirdre.
Hi.
How are you? Did you park in the garage? Okay. Love you. We live. Doug Kirk, we got everybody, man. People telling us they love us and everything.
See your nephew sitting there?
Yeah, he's playing Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, I see him. He looks just like you.
You better.
So we got Cat on here. Cat likes that Cat likes that it's a conversation. She likes that it's dialogue. She likes that it's not shaming. And yeah, no, because listen, you're people and you're important. You exist. You're important. I don't care about racism. I don't care about. Listen, we talk about racism. We talk about all that stuff. Doug Kirk and I. In fact, we were talking about that earlier today, wasn't it, Doug Kirk?
Yes, sir.
And we talked about things, happenstances in this country and in other countries and whatnot. But listen, you exist. You have a pulse. You have a mind. You have you exist. And so we want to know and hear from. We all live in the same world, but our perspectives in it are different, and that's what I like to hear. I like to hear what's your take on this world we live in. What's wrong with you? And if you're happy and going on and peaceful and positive, and I'm going through some dark shit, I want to feed off of your energy. I want to take in some of your positive and then begin to become positive and be filled with positivity, and then now I can make somebody else positive. So we love you back, Kat, and thank you for your. If it's Kat, is that you? Please don't be Doug Kirk in another. Please smile right now, Alan. Get Doug talking so that I know that this is Kat. Ask some
Now
questions.
listening to the Modeja Navarro. I'm just thinking, everybody eats show.
Thank you, Kat, for being you, and we love you, and not Doug Kirk. So, Kat, so ask us anything. What questions do you have for us that we can talk about and touch on? What's good? What is your perspective on? We talked about.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah. Do you have any experiences with the topics that we talked about with controlling women and men trying to control each other in a relationship, jealousy, insecurities? You're not sure. Well, don't we always be so lucky as you to have been handed our man by God himself? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you.
I'm not saying nothing.
Now you better stop running on this microphone, man. He's talking. This microphone work. He's talking. My name is Alan Jersey. Allen. No. See, I couldn't even hate right. I tried to hate, and I couldn't even hate right.
Once again, you're listening to the Modesia Navarro.
Don't throw my name out there. You Alan Jersey.
Honest Thinking, Everybody Eats
You
show with our guest, Doug, and myself, Jersey Allen, and the host himself, Mr. Modesia Navarro.
Thank you. No, please stop, settle down, y'all sit down, y'all tripping, sit down.
You got to do an intro on here one day, man.
I have an intro.
I got to think I'm pretty chill person, logical and strategic a lot of times. I got you. That's smart. That's good. So you think through before you make moves. That's a good thing.
That doesn't tell us where you're from, though, honey. Where are you from? Are you in the Texas area? Are you nearby?
Down the street.
Can we stalk?
This fool said, "Can we stalk?"
Can we stalk you sometime?
Hey, Doug, you need to do an intro. I'll do your intro for you. She's from Massachusetts. Go ahead, Doug.
You're from Massachusetts?
I'm sorry, the phone's breaking up a little. I'm not hearing you anymore.
You need to get an intro down. What's Doug?
I'm getting an intro?
If you need one, he'll do one for you. You know he does like voiceover shit.
Okay.
If your underwear is not clean, that means you shit your pants.
I'm about to do on the toilet with the gun in his drawers and he had the skid mark in that motherfucker.
Oh, yo, that picture I posted. I keep them things on me.
My girl is from Massachusetts. Are you from Boston, Massachusetts, or where in Massachusetts are you from, honey? And are you a Steelers fan? That's a deal breaker for me. Alan, show her your jersey, bro. You see the blanket and the shit hanging up all on the walls and all everywhere.
I had my Steeler drawers on yesterday.
Okay, Cat, don't get quiet on me, Cat. Talk to me.
First.
There are Steelers fans in Massachusetts.
Springfield, Mass. So she in a nice area.
Oh, you got money. You rich.
In a nice area. Your bread is really white.
We white people from the hood, girl. You can't mess with you.
Springfield, Mass. Your bread is really white.
Your bread is really buttered on.
Welcome to the show, Official Chris.
Official Chris.
Welcome.
Are you fanned? Fan me. I'm fanning you. Oh, you already fanned. Fan me back, Chris. Official Chris. What's goody?
Thanks for coming to the show, Mr. Official Chris.
Cat.
I gotta get on there.
Cat, are you a Steelers fan? You was born in the hood. Okay, so you done came out the hood. So you're a success story.
Alright.
What is you talking about back there? What is he talking about?
She was born in the hood. I was giving us, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Nah, man.
Hey. So, Massachusetts is nice. I used to go up there. We used to drive all the way from Pennsylvania, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, me and my dad. We used to drive out there just for the clam chowder. Over there by the wharf area. Yeah, out by the waterfront.
She said, I don't have a preference. I used to always go up to Cape Cod all the time, go fishing with my grandpops.
Is that up there?
Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
They have all them big ass crabs.
Yep.
Back when I used to eat seafood.
I used to go up there all the time.
We used to eat up, man. They had the best clam chowder up there, man. We used to eat, man, crab legs, lobster, man, clams and oysters. Man, we used to go up there. Me and my dad would drive the hours to get out there, bro. It was worth it, man. Be fat than a mug, man, and then drive back. Oh, yeah, she loved New England. Man, you ain't reading. What I got you here for? Why you here? Chilling in the back, son. And work. Ain't nothing free here, nigga. You would work, nigga. You gonna earn your keep. You gonna earn your t-shirt, bro.
Make sure I get
Chose, what's up, Chosey? Who else tuned in?
We got 1019.
Take this boy home soon. So he goes to bed.
Were you took him out of school because of the transition? Is he out of school now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why he ain't got. Okay, so
we keep him on the regimen though, so I'm trying to get him home soon.
No doubt. So yeah, man, we way past our hour. We in 3 hours deep. But listen, so the question is that we had is, do people? What are your thoughts on people being insecure and controlling in a relationship? Doug, I'm gonna ask you. What's good? Hold on. What? Hold that thought, Doug Kirk. Miss Cat has a question. Your question: what real ship helped you define your character? Or what real relationship helped me define my character? Oh, that's a very good question. That's an excellent question. I'm gonna be honest with you. As a human being, all of them. Listen, man. You don't know how to fight unless you've been in a fight. You get what I'm saying? You don't know what tastes nasty unless you put it in your mouth. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes I tell my kids, listen, you don't have to burn your hand to learn that fire is hot. Sometimes. But sometimes you burn your hand and that's the best teacher. Because sometimes these kids don't listen. People don't listen. They're not to take advice. They listen. So sometimes life has a way of teaching you. And by teaching you is by burning you. Burn your hand. Now I bet you don't ever fuck with that thing again, or you're careful this time. You don't. It's not to instill fear in you. It's to instill wisdom. And the wisdom now is gonna instill caution, and you're gonna be careful in the next go round. I hope that answered your question, honey. Del Kirk, what is your thought on that? What relationship helped you be the
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit, Mo.
That's okay. That's what's up. That's what we're here for. Go ahead. Disagree. Talk to me.
Because I have never been war zone. But I think I understand how horrible it is.
Yes.
And the reason I think I understand is because I've talked to a lot of people who have been in war zones, and
Yes.
I've listened to what they've said.
Mm-hmm.
And so consequently, I know it's not something I want to do. So
Okay.
I don't have to touch the fire to know it's hot.
Yes, and that goes along with what I said. That goes along with what I said. Sometimes you don't have to burn your hand to know that fire's hot. That's what I teach my kids. That's where that comes from. But I get what you're saying. I don't take that as a disagreement. Go ahead.
That's the difference between us and animals. We have to experience those things. But human beings have the capacity to learn by observation.
Well, let me ask you a question based on that.
Animals too.
Yes, I think that animals do observe certain things and learn. Also, isn't observation a type of experience? If I told you about a war that I suffered, and I told you in graphic details the disgusting death, the way people died, the way people were blown up to smithereens, their intestines everywhere, and shit like that, aren't you kind of experiencing my experience based on my telling?
You're right. You're right. That is the case. Now let me ask you this question.
Absolutely.
Have you personally, Mo, ever been in a war zone where people were getting killed?
Dead on Desert Shield. Next question.
Okay. Did you witness people getting killed?
I witnessed people getting crushed by shit. I witnessed people getting fucked up by mustard gas and all kind of nerve agents. I still people that's still suffering and are fucked up to this day by that. Next.
Okay, so you can then, from a point of view of experience, you can describe to me or to others what that's like.
Yes.
And if you do a good job of describing it, we're going to understand that now that's not something we want to do.
Isn't that teaching? That's how we teach.
Yes.
That's how we teach.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And I wish that more of us would learn from that type of description, because why there and be in the middle of a war to understand that war is not a good thing. It's bad for human beings.
Teaching through experience.
Because that's the thing. So the answers to all the questions are yes. And why do I say yes? Because sometimes people won't listen to the detailed descriptions. Sometimes they have to burn their hands to understand, oh, this is what Dad Doug Kirk was talking about. Because otherwise they're just not getting it. Uh-oh. Cat, talk to me.
Experiences and knowledge is passed through storytelling. The spreading of experiences. Some storytellings are lies.
And that's still an experience.
Right.
But yes, kept saying, but we're also describing that some people just don't take the storytelling. Sometimes it doesn't matter. We tell our kids, stay from the streets, stay from this. And then they get out there in the streets.
They want to run home.
And then it takes for them to get shot or somebody else around them get shot and killed. And that's what you was talking about? I've been told you knuckleheaded ass that. So you understand. Yeah. So it's all an experience. One way or the other. One way or the other, you're going to learn. Nature has a way of teaching us things. One way or the other, you're going to learn. So whether you burn your hand or you take advice that fire is hot. Uh-oh.
Very true. Sometimes you have to live it yourself.
Yes, I agree. You have to sometimes.
Yeah, very true. Sometimes you have to live it yourself.
Yep. You have to sometimes.
Somebody can tell you a story all day long.
All day long.
But some people say, you know what? Okay, that's how you experience it. I want to see it for myself.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And to talk about current events, it's the same thing that's going on with racism and stuff like that. You have a lot of white. It's like, well, why can't you, Joe? It's not happening today. See, until something racist happens to them, then they're like, oh my God, I understand now. It's such from a total different perspective now what that person meant when they were talking about that. I didn't get it. You see. Just because the extremes aren't really happening like they did back in the day, that was that time. That time it wasn't illegal to be. It wasn't a good thing. You're right, like Doug stated way earlier. It wasn't a good thing for the time, but it was the time, and it was the belief system of that time. Today, there's still systematic racism and stuff like that, and people are just like, just get over it. It's in the past. Yeah, it's in the past. Get over it. Yeah.
Gentrification is big.
So
no race is bigger than the other, but gentrification is happening in a lot of rural areas now. Oh, it's been happening. It's just becoming bigger and bigger.
It's just bigger, and we're seeing a lot more.
And more obvious and more in your face.
My camera.
So how do we as
Derek Mick, what's up? What's up, Carolina P? My little brother, my younger brother, my younger big grown ass man, bro.
What was that?
How do we as Americans realize that we are brothers and sisters, and we're better off being friendly with one another than we are harming each other?
Through experience.
How do we get that message across?
Through experience, through knowledge, through facts.
I think we know the facts. I think we understand that people have kept our history from us and have told us a bunch of lies. They watered down a lot of things to keep the truths away. They watered down a lot of truths to keep the actual truths away from us. The government's doing it with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's going on because think about it. If we knew all the truth, what would America look like today?
Some people just like being racist. They don't care what you say. The truth is right in their face. They don't like you. They just don't like you.
I'm alluding to that. But here's the thing. To answer the question, though, directly and more directly, it's acceptance, man. That's the answer. We got to accept that, look, the past was fucked up. That people's thought processes are fucked up. The things that people think and believe and act and live out is fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. That's going to be the thing that's going to change. I mean, it's no different than in the church, in our religious sect. We've got so many fucking religions, man, but yet we teach that there's one God. Well, how can that be if there's all these different ideas? Why can't we just have one church and a whole lot of different ideas? Let me talk about it. For example, Everybody Eats is one entity. And I'm bringing in all these people to share all their different ideas under this one entity. So Everybody Eats is God. We all agree there's one God. That's Everybody Eats. But now we have all the different perspectives on this one God. Why is that? Why can't that be okay? Why can't that be okay? You were starting to say something.
Because as long as there are hate groups that want to keep us divided, they think they're superior to the next, it'll never change. Plus, they want to make their own assumption on what God is to them towards us. Not just people of color, but even people of... It's never going to change. I'm going to say the truth. We'll never come together. This will never happen. Division is big business. You know that. Division, racism is big business. We'll never come together. Too many hate groups, too many people that are just stuck in their ways. Too many people see the truth and then turn their head to it and say, you know what, fuck it. It is what it is. I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And that's on both sides. Black, white, Spanish, Asian, Arabic, African. That's all the way across the board.
Doug, your thoughts?
Well, I'm listening, and I really think that he's right. That there's too much money to be made by keeping us at each other's throat.
Yes.
Keeping us hating the... I mean, right now, everybody hates the Russians. We don't know anything about the Russians. You know, and let me take it back to when I was raised in the 60s. When Vietnam was going on, I had a draft card. I never served because I never got called. But people would have bumper stickers on their cars that say, "Kill a commie for Christ."
I remember that.
And I would say, why do I want to do that? I don't know these people. I want to kill somebody I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Why are you pushing this scenario?
That was big in the 70s.
they pushed it, and people volunteered, and they went over to Vietnam, and they got killed, and they killed other people that they had no reason to kill. Okay, so it was all about keeping that conflict going.
So,
And the question I asked, okay, who benefited from that? Well, Halliburton, which was a big company, Federal, who was an ammunition company, Remington, which is a firearms company,
yep.
Raytheon, Huey, all of these big companies that made tons of money building equipment designed to kill.
Every country
And
needs
all
an
they
enemy.
did
Correct,
is
Kat.
they said, well, you hate the yellow man.
Yep.
Wait a minute, why do I hate the yellow man? I don't know anything about the yellow man. Oh, you need to go kill the yellow man. And then they give them derogatory names, the slants, the gooks. They're not human beings
slow
anymore.
sand
niggas.
You start giving them derogatory names.
They're doing the same thing
Okay.
today. We're not killing Middle Easterners or human beings. We're killing insurgents and stuff like that. Let's take a second to take a comment, Miss Cat.
The problem is the way you treat division, not division itself. Every country needs an enemy. Very true.
Your thoughts on those responses to your statement, Doug Kirk?
I didn't hear the response.
The problem is the way you treat division, not division itself, and every country needs an enemy.
Yeah, every company needs an enemy as long as you're trying to feed the beast.
Country.
As long as you're trying to feed the military-industrial complex. We don't need enemies. I have nothing against the Russians. I have nothing against the Chinese. Yeah, you name it. I don't have any problems with these other people. They are the way they are because they want to be. They have their lives the way they want to be. Why should I be mad at them? The same way, why should they be mad at me? Well, the only reason we're mad at each other is because somebody creates a political scenario that says, oh, the Russians are bad, the Chinese are bad, you name it. You fill in the blank, it doesn't matter. The Africans are bad.
Cat says,
it doesn't matter. It's all made up divisiveness. That's all it is.
Cat says, not that I agree with the statement, but your statement, it has a lot of validity to it. So,
Okay, what was the initial statement again?
what? The problem is the way you treat division, not division itself, and every country needs an enemy.
No, what was Doug's statement initially? I think she's saying that not that she agrees with her statement or
Hers. Her own. Her own. The statement that she made about every country needs an enemy.
Oh, I see. Okay, so she's not disagreeing with Doug. Okay, so she is she's in agreement.
Yeah.
And he does have a lot of validity.
Yeah.
These are all excellent points, Doug. And I don't know why you don't come on the show more often.
Let me get this man home.
Yes.
What
Okay, we got it. And then we're gonna wrap it up.
What if we made bridges instead of bombs? What if we spent all the money that we're spending on blowing shit up, and we built hydroelectric dams, and we built roads, and we built factories, and we created jobs?
That's too easy. That's too easy. That's what China, Europe, Asia are all. That's why they're so far ahead of us. They got those bullet trains. They got those bridges that don't get moved by any type of tornado or wind. That's why we're so far behind, because the powers that be want to keep the wars going. They want to keep the division going. They don't want to bring in technology that will actually help us. They have the technology to do it. They have the people to do it. They have the know-how. They have the money to do it. But they want to put the money, the technology, and the know-how into division.
And taking over parts of the world. But
That's what they do.
I agree with that, and I'm going to add to it. The answer to that question is at honestthinkingshirts.com. Please check out my website, my store, my online store, not my website, my online store. www.honestthinkingshirts.com. HONEST, one singular T, HINKING shirts.com. And the shirt states, there is no money in the cure. Just ask the government. That's why. Think about it. If we build bridges, then what does that mean? Bridges mean connection and connectivity, people coming together. If we did things to heal and help the environment, think about it. We have a pollution problem. Do you know that we have the most natural incinerators on the planet? You know what they call them? Do you know what they're called? Anybody?
No.
Volcanoes. If you took all the Earth's trash, everything comes from the Earth anyway, and you dump it, the volcanoes are already toxic, but somehow they're not poisoning the Earth where we can't breathe. But if you go too close to a volcano, you'll die of chemical poisoning, gaseous poisoning, if you go too close. From noxious gas. No, I'm telling you, there's people that climb like smaller things that give off like the sulfur gas. But if you go to different places, you can breathe a type of noxious gas that will poison your blood instantaneously.
You can actually dump, like you said. You can actually dump.
You could pay the money to build these containers and fly planes over a volcano and drop them right into the volcano, and it just incinerates all that. Put the money into that. That cleans up all the trash, all the resources back into the earth. The earth will melt it and boil it. It'll flow through the soil of the earth. It'll be mixed through the rocks and all that.
Less landfills.
It'll be mixed, right. It'll be mixed through the rocks and the foundation of the earth. It'll be re-cleansed by the earth. Okay? And then it'll make the ground fertile, and you'll start seeing trees and stuff start growing again. And that's the best way to recycle, I think. Because magma will burn all the shit out of it. The glass, the plastic, the whatever out of it. And put it back, break it down to its natural state, and put it back into the earth. I'm telling you, man, there's no money in the cure. Cat says facts. What facts about what he's talking about, or what?
Everything.
Everything's facts. Love you, Cat. See, Cat's with it, man. Cat, that's what I'm talking about. You know, man. Come on, man. I love intelligent women, man, and we need more women to be that, man. Come on, y'all be that. Don't make it a feminine thing. Be intelligent. Y'all are fucking intelligent. You got my vote. Be intelligent. Don't be, I'm an intelligent woman. No, you're intelligent, period. That's what I'm talking about. We can talk about that next time. So, with that, we're going to wrap this up because we're going to keep going. We're already 3.5 hours in. And so, y'all please stay tuned. Next time, come in, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Everybody Eats Everything Hour. God, I'm going to change the name. I'm going to change the name. So, it's actually the happy hour, but we talk about everything. The gossip hour, debate hour. I want to take the time to thank Doug Kirk for all of his insightful input and everything. My man Jersey Allen here. Lord Finesse, a.k.a. Michael Teague out in Jersey. You know him all too well. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, YouNow, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Snapchat, Facebook. Did I say Facebook? Yeah.
Yep.
And everything. Katrina or Katiuska, Kat, thank you so much. All the people that have tuned in on YouNow, all the people that have responded, and VegMex and Spicy Jocelyn and what was the other girl that tuned in? What was her name? Sienna K. Thank you so much, all you people that have tuned in and responded. I love all the responses. I want to tell y'all this: when I tell you I love you, it ain't on no bullshit. It ain't on no funny shit. It means I see you. I see your movement. I understand and respect your struggle. I respect your hustle. Everybody eats.
We appreciate your conversation too as well, Kat.
Exactly. This is me talking to you from my point of view based on my own life experience. I cannot talk about your experience, but you can. All right? I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks to everybody that keeps tuning in. All the new people that have tuned in tonight. Brooke XX and Miss Cat, you're new. Miss Sienna K and Official Chris and all the new people that have tuned in here, all the people that are new that tuned in on Facebook. We got Junior Allen. Hi, Junior.
Say good night.
Say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Wave.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. God bless, and I hope to see y'all tomorrow. Salute, yo. Peace, man. All right. See y'all next.
Good night, Doug.
All right, thank you, Mo.
You're welcome, brother.